throat's been good. I don't know why I haven't. What a difference that 3 games. I did 3 more games last year, and I feel fantastic. By the end of the week, I was dead.
But guess what?
Wow. Hey, Coach, so you're down by 30. I mean, what the fuck?
We're going to call a drone strike and see what happens.
We've got the Army. We've got the Commander-in-Chief on our team.
Space Force.
Space Force.
Ready?
Yep. Just go.
I want to look at it.
Hey, fuck you, Sean.
I want to see it.
Winner take all in Pool A, 3 of 4 spots and tickets punched to the national tournament semifinal. Central Michigan at 2-0 and Air Force at 2-0, the 2 titans of this pool. Duke it out here today to decide who gets that trip to the national semifinal. Central Michigan looking for their 2nd time in team history, and for Air Force looking to punch the ticket for the first time ever. Good evening, everybody, and welcome into Chiller North here on the ACHA D3 National Tournament YouTube page. Sean Bednard alongside me, Tyler Marcotte. Tyler, the Cardiac Cadets in Air Force, 2 back-to-back days of 4-3 overtime wins against the bottom 2 teams in this pool, and for the Central Michigan Chippewas, absolute dominance so far.
Yeah, so far the Chippewas, the leading scorers in this ACHA National Tournament of pool play, and my goodness, they have been fantastic. And for Air Force, 2 straight overtime games. The legs got to be tired, but today it's not going to matter as Air Force looking to punch their ticket to the national semifinal. Doesn't matter if you're tired, doesn't matter if you're hurt, doesn't matter what you're feeling. It's time to bear down and dig deep, as this Air Force team has done all tournament. And like you mentioned, 2 overtime victories, both 4-3 victories, 1 over Georgia Tech, 1 over George Mason. And George Mason, that was an interesting game. You and I on the call for that one yesterday, as the Falcons losing the entire game except at the very last minute after they score the overtime winner. So a come from behind game, so this team knows what it takes to battle and fight and claw your way to a victory. And I think they're going to have to do the exact same thing against a Central Michigan Chippewa team that at this point has been flying solo, just gliding through this national tournament. In their first game, they win 9-1 over George Mason, a team that has the nation's leading scorer, held him to an assist. He had a hat trick today, Sean. Yeah. He was fantastic. And in game 2, holding Georgia Tech to 3 goals, 12 goals for the Chippewas, and all of that led by the ACHA Nationals leading scorer, Nathan Algier, has been fantastic. 7 goals, 2 assists on 9 points. He leads the tournament in goals, he leads the tournament in points, and he's followed down the line with Dalton Sutherland, the nation's leading scorer in points. He's got 7 assists himself, so a dangerous offense against a stout defense in Air Force, led by the goaltender John Gannon, who's been amazing. He's got a 2.63 goals against average so far in 2 games and a .906 save percentage. Made 58 saves on 64 shots so far in this tournament. And his counterpart, Riley Morgan, leads the tournament in goals against, only 1 goal allowed, a .957 save percentage, 22 saves on 23 shots. Sean, as our friend Lou Gamlin always says, this is going to be a dandy.
And this is, as a lot of people like to put it, this is the only meaningful game in today's pool. Everyone can learn something from any game they play, but this is the only one that has implications going into the semifinal. Oakland, Quinnipiac, and Hope punching their ticket yesterday. The Chippewas and Air Force going at it today. The finest day in sports, the rubber match, day 3 of pool play. Who wants it more? Who's going to lead the way to have their team go to that next level? You look at these 2 teams, like you talked about, 2 great goaltending matchups here today of John Gannon, one of the best goaltenders in the Pacific region, against Riley Morgan, the ACHA's winningest goaltender, and leading the way once again in that category. 1-0 so far as he split time with his counterpart Trevor Whitehead yesterday. Now we'll get to see what he's made of against a stout offense here in Air Force. Starting lineup's just about to be announced here. We will start off with the Air Force Falcons as the man we just talked about, John Gannan, will be leading the way for the Falcons, led by the defensive Russell Ellis and A.J. Beckwith, two senior defensemen who had great games in yesterday's game against George Mason.
The captain from West Haven, Connecticut, looking to lead his team to a national semifinal berth.
On the offensive side, Doug Gutierrez, who had a humongous goal in yesterday's game, followed up by his brother Corey Gutierrez on the left side, and Ryan Ruley, a freshman forward from Devils Lake, North Dakota, joining on the right wing side. Chippewas having their lineup announced at this moment. They're going back with that second line that they went with on day one.
Yeah, a powerful line starting for the forwards. They got Shannon Knell, the sophomore from South Lyon. Following him on center, Jason Pischke, the senior. Nick Wink also on the wing, also a senior. On defense, Brennan Martin, the sophomore, one of the more dangerous defensemen on the offensive, one of the most dangerous offensive defensemen in the entire country. And on his right, the senior Cal Jesko, number 65, and in net, like you mentioned, Riley Morgan, the senior from Rochester, Michigan, number 29. 28 games played during the regular season, 22-5 record with a 2.22 goals against average and a .920 save percentage. So battle of the Titans in net today, and we'll see which offense can solve the puzzle that is Riley Morgan and John Gannan.
And you've seen great offense versus great defense so far as Air Force has held their opponents to 3 goals per game, and even less so from the Chippewas, as 4 goals total given up in 2 days against a potent George Mason team and an upstart Georgia Tech team.
And how about the showing from both of these fan bases? We are packed here in Schiller North Beat. A little bit of a smaller stands, but couldn't even tell as Air Force and Central Michigan have both brought some home cooking here, and they will be... The environment in this game should be fantastic. All eyes in the entire country are on this game as we are waiting one more Final Four team to face the Hope Dutchmen in the semifinal game.
We'll step aside now for the playing of the national anthem and rejoin you for the start of this game. It is time for hockey action here in Columbus, Ohio. The Titan Tilt, the one we've been waiting for all day today. Central Michigan, the 2 seed, against Air Force, the 1 seed. A trip to the national semifinals on the line. A great one coming up for you here, and we are happy that you have joined us here for this exciting battle of a great offense and a great defense. 2 fantastic goaltenders.
That's going to be a fun one, Sean. And you and I coming into this week, we knew that this was going to be a fantastic matchup. If you're the league, you hope that every game on day 3 is like this, but fortunately for everybody else, all their eyes are going to be focused on this one. Central Michigan taking on the Air Force Academy Cadets.
The Hope Flying Dutchmen falling in today's game 5-2 to the Arkansas Razorbacks. Whatever one of these teams wins has a date with destiny tomorrow with that Hope team. Up until that game, absolutely rolling through the national tournament and crushing through regionals, the ACHA playoffs, up until the Razorbacks having no problem for that team from Holland, Michigan. Teams lined up at center ice, and we are ready to get things underway here from Columbus, Ohio. Puck drop one back, and the Chippewas have this one. Cal Jesko working with the left side, defensive side of the neutral zone. Brought back in now from Jason Pischke. Pischke fires a shot. This one loose inside of the circles. Down there. Now drop right back down. A backhand finding its way up to Jason Pischke. Pischke finding this one off of the stick of Douglas Gutierrez. Brought back in the other way now, and the Cadets bring this one in. Played back down, left side. Brought back behind the net now. Working with a right back. They're leading this one in front, and Shane Agnella will take it away now for Central Michigan. Played back inside of the defensive end. Working inside of the corner and moving it out. Up the ice, taken right back down the ice by Russell Ellis, and it finds a way back behind the net as Kyle Abraham goes in after it. Now played up against the near side boards. Right in front of the net, taken by Ryan Tyre, a leader of this Chippewa team all season long. Kyle Abraham with this one. It squeaks its way back out to the blue line. Shot fired. That one misses the net. Played back in front of the goal, and this one taken out as it finds a way into the neutral zone. It'll be brought right back in now from Troy Tollefson as he takes a check down there from Ryan Tyre. Kyle Abraham goes back into his defensive end to chase after this one. Down the ice it goes at center ice. Working this one up on a backhand. It finds its way down the ice from Luke Amato. Amato fires a shot. He takes that one off of the stick of a Chippewa, and it finds its way back inside of the corner. Now intercepted by Air Force. They dump this one back inside of the far side corner, and Gabe Smith takes it back with Dylan Billings having it on his stick. Working up the boards, pass back down, Ryan Tyre moves this one and gets intercepted by Danny Linso. Dalton Sullivan trying to take that one back away, no such luck, as it'll be taken once again by Gabe Smith. This one finding its way towards the net, and John Gannan just leaves this one right back in front of his net for his team to go after. This one will go down the length of the ice and find its way back for an icing. $1:46 into this one.
And it's funny how past hockey worlds collide. The hockey network around the country is vast, and we've got a nice connection here. Number 91 for Air Force, Kyle Abraham, taking on a former opponent, Brendan Martin, number 18. Kyle, a product of the Northville High School hockey program in Northville, Michigan, and Brendan Martin from the rival Novi High School hockey program. They faced off a number of times in their high school playing days, so they'll be facing off again here, and you think that rivalry is going to keep growing and growing as the stakes keep getting bigger and bigger for these two guys.
And on top of the biggest stage right now, the ACHA National Tournament, the Pool Day Finals, and both these teams looking forward to it and waiting to see that Brendan Martin versus Kyle Abraham connection. One big check, and it'll be like Southeast Michigan and Metro Detroit all over again.
Once again, after this game, we will know which four teams will be moving on to compete for the national title.
Right side circle face-off as Dalton Sullivan sits in the face-off dot. He'll be going up here against Doug Gutierrez now as the other man was pushed out. Sutherland can win this one back, finally gets it down to Nathan Allgaier. Played through the circles, it finds a way to the blue line, moved out of the zone by Air Force. Playing this one right back down and in, collected by the Falcons as Ryan Tyre goes in after it. A good pass, this one kept in the zone from Dalton Sullivan. Sullivan had that one lost and then taken right back by the Cadets as this was a shot from Allgaier and finds its way up, but Gannan's pads and out of play.
Good kick save there by Gannan. He's had a fantastic tournament so far. 64 shots faced, 58 saves, and he's been tested with 8 periods of hockey so far today. Riley Morgan a little fresher. He didn't play yesterday, so he's coming off a day one win against George Mason in which he only gave up 1 goal.
Played back out, Ryan Tyre sends this one against the boards. Delayed offsides, brought in now the right side. Nate Allgaier sends this one down, a touch pass right back. That was almost dangerous as Air Force is almost off to the races. Now here they go, 2-on-2 developing, and the Chippewas get this one right back. Nathan Allgaier slowing things up. Off the boards to Ryan Tyre, can't collect that one. Played out the blue line now, Dalton Sullivan tries to get in the way of it. James Gleason, the captain of this Chippewa team, just sends that one back down. And a dump and change here for Central Michigan. 17 minutes to go, and we are underway in the opening frame. Played back to the blue line, finding its way out of the zone as Cal Jesko goes back after this one. Brendan Martin's got this one. Martin moves it up the ice. Great connection up here to St. Andre. Right side circle, backhand. John Gannan with the save, and it finds its way back behind the backboards now. Working inside of the far corner, St. Andre, who had 2 goals in yesterday's game for Central Michigan, has this one as it finds its way back on the near side boards. Now moved up the glass, finding its way down from Jed Cutter. Moved back Cal Jesko, down to Jackson Jeanette. Jeanette over to Patrick Bresser. Moved up, down the ice. That being Brennan Martin. Now taken back down the other way from Jared Youngquist. Kaljesko losing that one to the skates for a moment. Playing it right back down. Youngquist as this one bounces towards the net of Ganan. And he'll decide to hold on to that one with 16:22 to go here in the first period.
Air Force still looking for their first official shot on goal. Chippewas have 4 so far in this first period. And it seems to me like a lot of the play has been down in Air Force's zone. There was a little feeling out process in the beginning of the game, but as this game has trailed on, Chippewas starting to get a little bit more offensive TOP, which is something that they are definitely looking forward to extending as this game goes on.
Left side circle face-off, one back here by Central Michigan. Finding its way back the other way behind the net as this one's taken by Air Force, and they chip this one up and out of the zone. Kyle Abraham trying to take that one, and there's the connection right there, the Novi Force Northville rivalry. That one back as it was dumped in by Abraham. Abraham taking this one once again up the ice, not able to connect right there, and this one will go down the length of the ice for an icing.
2-7's trying to chase down that puck. And like you said, Chippewa defense consisting of the starters, Brennan Martin and Kaljesko. Brennan Martin, we read his stats at the beginning of the game. He's got a goal and assist in this tournament. Goal and 2 assists, 40 points on the regular season for Brennan Martin, a defenseman, second team all-conference in the MCHC.
Played back down now inside of the defensive end of the Chippewas. Working with it right back behind the net is this backhander left back of the goal line. Now working with it. Low slot and they score! Luca Mato left side of the slot, and he sends that one through underneath the pads of Riley Morgan. 1-0 lead for the Falcons. 15:43 to go here, first period.
It was a great pass in front. I believe the feeder was A.J. Beckwith, and banging that one in the back of the net. Number 22, Luca Mato, his 4th goal of the postseason. He is leading this Air Force team, and now they have the lead here on their first shot of the game. 1-0, 15:43 left in the first period. Air Force taking an early lead.
Now the Chippewas have to respond. They have not been down at any time during this national tournament. Played back as this one works through the circles. Ryan Tyre fighting like a dog down there as this one's loose at the blue line. Now finding its way back to the blue line. Shot on net. Recovered down there as Riley Morgan just sent that one right back behind. Finding its way back behind the net. Dylan Billings goes in after this one. 2 9s collide. Up the ice it goes as 2 4s go in after this one. Played back the other way. Controlled by Trey Tollefson. Taken back by the Chippewas. Dalton Sullivan enters this one. Left side circle. Putting this one in front. Dalton Sullivan, Nate Allgaier, and the shot can't find its way through. Billings fires a shot, and that one gets blocked as Gabe Smith goes back after it.
Man, what a tremendous goal for momentum. The Chippewas seemingly had all of it, getting all the shots on net, and quickly Air Force one shot, and they're able to change this game, and now the Chippewas are going to go on the power play. A penalty to number 14 on the Air Force Falcons, Michael Plaza.
Well, this Chippewa power play has been anything but silent. 80% in this tournament. That is best in the tournament.
That is unbelievable, and the penalty kill for the Falcons has been equally fantastic, 87.5%. They've been wonderful. So 2 juggernauts on the special teams. Central Michigan, 88% that's absolutely ridiculous, but they'll see what they can do here. Down 1-0, 2 minutes on the power play.
One back face-off, right side circle. This one taken by Central Michigan. They work with it outside the left side circle. James Gleason with it at the blue line. Gleason passes this one right back over to Ryan Tyre. Tyre back down, low slide. Nathan Allgaier pushes that one over to Justice Bigelow. Bigelow over to James Gleason. Gleason back over to Tyre. Tyre walking this one up to James Gleason. Gleason from the blue line fires a shot. That one goes right to the net. Ryan Tyre takes this one outside of the circle now. Looking for an option. He moves this one right back behind it. Dalton Sullivan, who takes a check back there from Tollefson. Now back behind the net. Be moved up and out by Brandon Tahari. They get this one out to center ice, and they'll go off for a line change now. Just dumping that one back the other way. 40 seconds off of the power play for Central Michigan.
And a great play there. Tollefson able to pinch up Dalton Sutherland down below the goal. His line mate's able to pick up the puck and dump it down, so a good first penalty kill rush there from Air Force.
Now Ryan Tyre moves this one in against the far side boards. Squeaks its way out, finding its way towards the front of the net. Allgaier fires a shot, and he sends that one up high and out of play. Looks like they're very anxious out there in the Chippewas. A rare position being down in the national tournament.
Maybe gripping the sticks a little too hard here. CMU, and talking to some of the Air Force Falcons before the game, They are certainly aware that Nathan Allgaier has 7 goals in 2 games. They know that if they can shut him down, that's just one less head off the monster, off the what seems to be the endless head monster of the offense of the Chippewas. They know that Nathan Allgaier is the guy that you need to shut down if they want to come away with the win, and so far they're doing a great job of that.
Jacob St. Andre, that pass down to Jason Pischke just didn't work out for Central Michigan. Now brought back to the blue line. Brennan Martin walks the line with this one, fires a shot, and that one jumped right over the head of John Gannan. Played down right in front of that. Dylan Billings takes a high stick, and they're going to get a power play out of this one once again.
Yeah, the Chippewas going to get a 35-second 5-on-3, and I think that is a big mistake for Air Force. You cannot give a team that's operating at 80% to go 2 men up. As headed to the box is A.J. Beckwith.
For Beckwith, that is his 3rd penalty of the national tournament. 35 seconds. And again, 5-on-3 time now for Central.
80%. Now they've got a 2-man advantage for 35 seconds. Let's see if they can capitalize here, and if Air Force is able to kill this. My gosh, what a huge momentum swing. Even further in their momentum, in their favor would that be, as they dump it down early.
Yeah, great start back here for Air Force now, as they have this one 200 feet away from the net of John Gannan. Brennan Martin up the ice to St. Andre. Jacob St. Andre sends that one up high and out of play off the stick of Trey Tollefson.
He's playing tremendous defensively so far. A block right there on a great pass from Jacob St. Andre, and before a couple of minutes ago he traps Dalton Sutherland down below the goal line, which forces a dump. So far the special teams king for Air Force right now has been Trey Tollefson. He's got an assist so far in this postseason.
Ryan Tyre under center here, left side circle. The faceoff finds its way down to Dalton Sutherland. Back up to James Gleason at the blue line. Gleason back down to Dalton Sutherland. Sutherland back to Gleason. Gleason moving with this one. Got a little bit contested down there and finds its way back down to Dalton Sutherland. Justice Bigelow back behind the net going after this one inside of the corner. He gets knocked down there, loses the glove and keeps this one going. Plays it back down. He takes a hard check into the boards. Ryan Tyre to Dalton Sutherland, and that one finds its way right back behind the net. Now taken by Tollefson. This one taken, finding its way back up against the wide side boards. Now inside of the corner it goes, and this one finds its way down the ice. A great clear down there from the Falcons. 1:05 to go here on the Chippewa power play. Turnover right there, and a great shot from Doug Gutierrez.
That was almost a huge mistake from Riley Morgan, and Tollefson has been fantastic on this penalty kill for Air Force.
Ryan Tyre brings this one up. 55 seconds left to go here as Nathan Allgaier's got it. Allgaier on the left side goal line. He's right back behind the net now. Working right side corner. Back up to James Gleason. Gleason firing on that one. Got stuck up in traffic. Finding its way against the boards and coming near the Air Force bench as that one gets cleared down the ice. Moved up now. No time wasted from the Chippewas as Dalton Sutherland moves that one down. Delayed off sides here as it goes back behind the Air Force net. Now moved. This one finding its way down the ice. Off the stick of Bigelow. Right to the front of the net. Firing a shot down there. And Ryan Ruley's shot gets blocked by Morgan. Now Ruley back behind the net. Looking for an option to move this one too. Tries to pass that one through the legs of St. Andre. 14 seconds left in the power play here, and St. Andre sidesteps him.
A little bit of sloppy play out here on the second power play for the Chippewas as it's winding down.
St. Andre inside of the corner loses this one. Stepping up is Shane Agnello. He sends that one down inside of the circle, and it comes out of the zone. Wow, an incredible penalty kill down there from the Falcons.
Wow, 0 for 2 on the power play are the Chippewas, a team that's operating at 80%. Huge push there by the Falcons. They even get a couple of opportunities. That's massive for them.
Played back down the other way is Michael Plaza, the man who sat in the box, sends this one behind.
And it's going to be an icing. They're not going to let the Falcons change. Sloppy play early from the Chippewas. They get a couple of chances, but Air Force, their bread and butter, blocking shots, protecting John Gannan. He's had 6 opportunities to make a save, and he's stood up to the task every time. So far, tremendous defensive effort here from the Falcons.
11-11 to go here, first period. Central Michigan finding themselves down 1-0 to the Air Force Falcons. Played back, a turnover back behind the net of John Gannan. Working right side corner. Central Michigan losing this one back as the Falcons move out of the zone with it. Taken right back. Wink with a pickpocket down there. Agnello moves it up the ice to Jason Pischke. Pischke shot on net. Gannan holds on to that one. 10:50 to go, first period.
And the Chippewas turn it over, but immediately Air Force, turns it over, and the Chippewas, Nick Wink grabs it, throws it down for Jason Pischke, a shot attempt on net. John Gannan is playing fantastic so far in goal. 7 for 7, and he should expect to face a lot of rubber today as this Chippewa offense, like we said, scoring at an alarming rate, 7.32 goals per game, 10 goals per game in this national tournament.
Shot right off of the face-off win down there from Nathan Allgaier, and this one finds its way back inside of the neutral zone. Stepping up here is Cal Jesko to move this one in. Ryan Tyre and Cal Jesko, they go after this one. Tyre takes this one back behind the net of John Gannan, finding its way back inside of the circle. Tyre, the backhand, that one got conflicted away and contested as it got kicked by Tollefson. Now up the ice, trying to get that one up to Doug Gutierrez. It works out. Gutierrez looking for somebody to go to. He's looking for Tollefson. Played right in front of the Chippewa bench. It squeaks its way out. Left side circle, high slot area, looking for a shot right over the net of Riley Morgan as Ryan Ruley sends that one too high. Now working back as Nathan Allgaier looks to take this one. Played up. Allgaier has it behind the net. Going after this one is Doug Gutierrez for Air Force. Firing a shot. That one misses the net. Patrick Bresser going in after this one. Plays it out of the zone. Can't be knocked down there from Dalton Sutherland. A little slash down there against Alexander Faulkner. Played back. John Cannan leaves this one behind for his team. Past the halfway mark of this first period. Played back down now. Intercepted by James Gleason. Inside of his neutral zone. Got to be careful back there. A lot of pressure down there from Luka Matu, who already has one goal in today's game. Now played back the other way. Ryan Tyre falls down onto the ice. Played up the ice, and the pocket is picked down there of Jacob St. Andre. Back down now. Faulkner looking to move it up. He takes a slash from Jackson Jeanette.
And boy, was he fantastic yesterday for Air Force, scoring that overtime goal.
Backhander here from Faulkner. Low slot, firing a shot. Turn and fire. Loose in the circle and held into the zone here from Air Force. A.J. Beckwith goes in after this one now as it's played inside of the corner. Chippewas trying to dig this one back out. Taken by the Falcons. Left side circle. Stepping up. This one moved out of the zone. The Chippewas off to the races now. Jackson Jeanette crosses this one in. Plays it over, and a great block in front with the stick to prevent that one from going any more forward. Out of the zone, this one comes as Amato leads it the other way. He takes a check there from Jackson Jeanette, and the Chippewas are going to go on the penalty kill now.
An interesting call. We'll see what the official says was the infraction. Jackson Jeanette's going to go to the box, and the Chippewas are going to have their first penalty kill of the day. 2 minutes for trip for Neen is going to be the call against Jeanette, and the Chippewa faithful, they're not pleased, and Air Force is going to go on their first power play of the day. And they have struggled. 16%, 12th of teams at the national tournament, and the Chippewas penalty kill has been good, 91.7%. That's 7th best here. Coaching staff unhappy for this team as we take the media timeout. The Chippewas arguing the call, but don't know how much good that's going to do.
An interesting call made down there as Jackson Jeanette goes to the box for Jeanette. That is his first penalty of the national tournament. It comes as the Chippewas are down 1-0 past the halfway mark of this first period.
And a couple of things to point out, Sean. Air Force is forcing CMU to make a lot of these mistakes. Pressure, forechecking. They're on these guys like flies on, well, garbage. Like flies on garbage. And they're doing a fantastic job shutting down the passing lanes, shutting down the shooting lanes, making lives very difficult for CMU. But if you're a CMU fan, remember the start of the last 2 games for this team. 2 goals in the first period yesterday, 1 goal in the first game against George Mason. They took 1-goal leads to the first intermission and came away with humongous wins. So if you're the CMU faithful, so far in this tournament, first periods have not been their forte.
Yeah.
We'll see what adjustments James Cadzo can make in the second intermission if they still find themselves down heading into the second period.
Now we go with the power play here for Air Force. They find this one back inside of their offensive zone in the right side corner. Working this one up. Chippewa goes down out of the ice. The puck is stuck underneath them, and they finally dig this one out as Joey Simon-Sally gets up. Played back inside of the corner. They look to dig it out. Working against the boards once again. Taking this one is Beckwith. Played down, right side circle. Doug Gutierrez has got this one. Excuse me, that's Corey Gutierrez. Played left side circle. Moved in the circle now. Back to the top of the circle. Firing a shot. That one loose in front of the net. Played back out to the blue line, held in by A.J. Beckwith. Now above the right side circle, back to Beckwith at the blue line. Right back down now, inside of the circle. Down to the blue line, firing a shot, loose in front of the net. The Chippewas take it and send this one down the ice. Man, Air Force's power play looking stout to start off.
Yeah, and a good opportunity. I think that was deflected in front by Nick Wink, and Riley Morgan able to kick out the right pad and keep that one out of the net. Almost a great opportunity on the power play for Air Force. They're looking great here in this early first period of an elimination game.
Yeah, coming out swinging after having to go to overtime and win in the final 4 minutes of both games. They come in with a rush now. Left side firing a shot. That one misses the net. Played back. Luca Mato's got this one. Centering opportunity. Riley Morgan down. Left side circle. This one played back. I don't even know what happened down there. As Philip Fazio is now slow to get off, and he's not able to get off the ice. Playing this one back down. It finds its way back into the offensive end and cleared down the length of the ice. Fazio finally off the ice for Central Michigan, and he looks bad.
I think he was colliding with Riley Morgan, and Riley Morgan takes a stumble. Unfortunately, Air Force is not able to take advantage of that, and fortunately for the Chippewas, both their goaltender and the scoreboard go intact.
Played back down now. Michael Plaza's got it, loses it to James Gleason, and Nick Wink's going to be off to the races. 4 shorthanded goals for the Chippewas, and they won't get a chance back here. What back-checking from the power players.
You certainly have to pay attention to that if you're Air Force. You cannot let up, knowing that these guys are on the ice with 4 power play goals, like you mentioned, so far in this tournament.
Shorthanded is their game as Shane Agnello gets crunched down as he gets sandwiched by a couple of Falcons. Played back loose as Nick Wink tries to take this one. Finds his way off the side of the boards, and we're back to even strength now. Both teams useless on the power play so far.
But a good power play there from the Falcons, getting a lot of chances in front.
Played back right side boards. Now a check thrown down there from Patrick Bresser. He throws his weight around, and Dalton Sullen goes off to the races in a 2-on-2. Dalton Sullen enters down here. He takes a check up against the boards and loses the puck. Now Ryan Tyre goes in after this one. From the corner, Nate Allgaier, backhand feet up the ice. Too many Falcons in the area to work that one, and it finds its way right back in front of their bench as it's taken by Justice Bigelow of Central.
And they are playing very well in their own offensive zone. Or in their own defensive zone, excuse me. Air Force's a lot of traffic the second that Central Michigan enters the zone. Pressure on the back check and pressure on the forecheck. Air Force does not look like a team that has played 2 back-to-back overtime periods in this tournament.
John Gannan leaves that one right back behind, and this one moved down the length of the ice. Will go down for an icing against the Falcons. 5:42 to go here. First period, 1-0 lead for the number 1 seed Falcons.
And that goal again coming off the stick of Luca Mato, his 4th of the tournament. He's second on his team in points with 5 this week. And leading the way, Alexander Falconer, 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points, and one of those goals including the game winner yesterday against George Mason.
Nick Wink, left side circle, face-off now. Under 6 minutes to go here, period number 1. Falcons have a lead over the Chippewas. Played back down to the blue line. Dylan Billings will take this one now for Central Michigan. Billings sends that one as he takes a check and sends his man down onto the ice. Pischke gets hit up against the boards. Played right back behind as Nick Wink goes after this one inside of the corner. Wink with it, outside the circle. Played back up the ice, is waiting for it as Billings. Sent right back in from Jason Pischke. Now moved down, taken back. Nick Wink's got it. Wink avoids a few men, but too many Falcons right near him to keep that one going.
And they're swarming to the puck. Tenacious on that forecheck, and another icing as Air Force is going to try and change, but the officials are going to say no.
Face-off 200 feet the other way now as Central Michigan will have an offensive end face-off. Right side circle, Dalton Sullen in the top line back out there for the Chippewas. Sullen will take this one from the right side circle. Up against Luca Mato. One back as Air Force takes this one behind their own net. Controlled now as it's intercepted by the Chippewas. Played back out, right side circle. Martin fires a shot loose in front, and John Gannan covers that one up as he scoops it with the paw.
And smothers the rebound. Doesn't get too far away from it. He's either able to reach out, and a great shot, low shot. No traffic in front, though, and the Chippewas, that might be the easiest save that Gannan might face today. Right in his breadbasket.
One back here by the Chippewas. Nate Allgaier has that one played off of the hand of an Air Force Falcon. Tyre's got it. He gets pushed up against the boards, finding its way back to the blue line, coming out of the zone, and Brendan Martin controls that one as he gets it back to Cal Jesko. Jesko back to Martin. Martin down back to Jesko once again. Jesko looking to move up ice, playing it down to Ryan Tyre. Tyre in with Dalton Sullen now. Ryan Tyre, he gets tripped up down there and taken right back now by Air Force. Playing its way right in front of the Air Force bench. Taken by Cal Jesko now. Jesko, as this one's tip-topped into the air. Dalton Sullen goes into it, and it's held into the zone for a moment by Nate Allgaier. Sent down the other way as Kyle Abraham goes after this one with Cal Jesko. Jesko fires a check against him. They both fall down out of the ice. This one played inside of the corner. Finding its way to the blue line shot. That one just might have been hit by the knob of the stick down there from Riley Morgan. Played back. Amato's got this one in the corner. Amato back behind, looking for somewhere to go to with this loose in front, and Riley Morgan covers it up with the glove.
Fifth shot of the game for Air Force with 4:06 remaining in the first. Central Michigan 8 on John Ganan, but he's looked fantastic. And the speed of Air Force, I think, is throwing off the Chippewas. They see a lot of speedy teams in the North region all season, but I think it's the speed combined with the ferocious forecheck and the great back check of these Falcon players. They're playing here and they're showing how badly they want to win and move on to the semifinal game.
James Gleason with this one back behind his team's net as this one's intercepted by the Falcons, finding its way to the near side boards. Now intercepted once again, right side by Gutierrez, playing this one down, loose to the front of the net, coming in, that one loose left side circle, firing a shot, man in front, swipe that one right in front of the net, and we're going to have a whistle blown here.
They're going to say hand pass on Gutierrez. He was lying on the ground in front of Riley Morgan, tried to push it towards the net, and the officials are going to send the face-off down all the way into Air Force territory, but two great opportunities, traffic in front, chaos is what Air Force is trying to create. It's actually just going to go out of the zone in front of the Chippewa bench.
Face-off controlled as Air Force sends this one right back in. James Gleason will take it back behind his own net now. Gleason off the boards and intercepted here. Now the Chippewas take it. Simon Selly and Jeanette move in. Simon Selly, left side circle. He gets checked hard, and this one gets moved out of the zone. Gleason collects it for the Chippewas. Taken right back across the red line. A dump towards the net, held onto from Ganan, and he'll save that one. 3:25 left to go here, first period.
And Air Force, this first period that Air Force is playing against Central Michigan looks a lot to me like the one that George Mason played. Very physical, attacking the puck. They had a hard time getting a goal at all in the first period at CMU. They only were able to register one, but Air Force is converting on a lot more offensive opportunities, creating a lot more chaos in front of Riley Morgan. They're doing a fantastic job so far in all three zones.
Dylan Billings fires a shot. That one finds its way right back behind, and from the short side, Michael Crofts tried to send that one right back over the net. Finding its way back to the blue line, Dylan Billings can't hold that one in. He gets tripped up down there, and this one finds a way down the ice. Now Alex Osborne with it. Plays it back down where Gabe Smith will go in for it. Smith backhands this one up the other way to Dylan Billings. Billings inside of the corner, and a whistle blown way away from the play inside of the neutral zone.
We got a delayed penalty, a tripping against the Air Force Falcons, and CMU will go back on the power play. Heading to the box is number 27 for the Falcons. That is Jed Cutter.
Chippewas 0 for 2 on their first two power play attempts. Had some time on the 5-on-3.
And did not have a good power play in either of those chances. In fact, the Air Force getting some opportunities on the opposite end. CMU desperately needs a scoring opportunity here to close out the first period.
This one played back on the goal line. Chopped at. Air Force takes it and sends it down the length of the ice. Morgan will come out of his net and play this one. Morgan back behind the net. It goes to James Gleason. Gleason back behind. It finds his way to Nate Algeier. Nathan Algeier back behind the net. Moves this one up the ice, and Justice Bigelow takes it. Bigelow across the red line, dumps this one right back into the corner. Dalton Sullivan goes in after this one of the Ryan Tire down there. Move back up as A.J. Beckwith has got this one, finding its way up and out of play. 30 seconds off of the power play clock.
And this Air Force team, I think CMU looks a little flustered to me. The four Falcons bringing a lot of physicality, a lot of pressure. As the face-off comes out of the zone, as they're going to say it went off of a Chippewa. Very good start so far for the Falcons. They have dominated on special teams. A little behind in the shots, but chances well in their favor.
James Gleason with this one now at center ice. Miscommunication down there from Ryan Tire and him. Now taken back by Central Michigan as it's caught in the skates of a Chippewa. Nathan Algeier had that one and lost it. Gleason's got it now. Gleason moving this one over to Justice Bigelow. Bigelow inside of the defensive end. Working back now behind the net, and James Gleason has got it. Gleason backhands this one softly up to Ryan Tire. Touch pass right back from Gleason. Now to Justice Bigelow, right side circle. This one ramped up into the air. Loose in front, trying to jam that one through short side. And John Ganan makes the save and holds on to it down there. Under 2 minutes to go here. First period, 56 seconds left on the Chippewa power play.
Great play there by Justice Bigelow. Seemed like there was not going to be an opportunity in front, but the tenacious forecheck there forces a turnover and a shot on net. And the 10th save of the period for John Ganan.
Right side circle face-off now. Central Michigan plays this one up against the far side boards. Cleared down the length of the ice there. Nice job done from Doug Gutierrez. Behind the net, this one taken by Riley Morgan. And connected up the ice as Brennan Martin leads the rush. Martin coming in across. He makes his way past Gutierrez. Martin fires a backhander. That one misses the net. Dylan Billings collects this one on a backhand, forehand, up the ice and collected down once again as Martin will have to take it once again with Morgan leaving it back there.
Very impressive penalty kill from the Falcons. A penalty kill that has been very, very good. 8th at 87.5%.
Jackson Jeanette moves this one up to Jake St. Andre. He's got it, almost runs into a man. St. Andre loses that one back into Martin's zone. Martin has this one for the Chippewas. Up the ice it goes to Jacob St. Andre. St. Andre backhand up to Jason Pischke. Pischke right side circle, finding its way right back behind the net. Now playing its way down into the goal line as it goes down the length of the ice. And it finds its way back on the goal line. 55 seconds left to go here. Brennan Martin will take this one up the ice. Controlled and sent right back in. Finds his way into the stick of Jake St. Andre, though. St. Andre moved over. Ryan Tyre firing a shot, and they score! Dolan Sutherland in front of the net. Less than a minute to go, and the Chippewas tie this one up. 1-1. 45.4 left in the period. The best chance of the day so far for the Chippewas. And the first goal of the postseason here in the ACHA National Tournament for the nation's leading point scorer. Goal number 50 on the season for Dalton Sutherland. A redirect in front of the net and a crucial goal for the Chippewas to get some momentum heading back into the first intermission. What a goal there for Central Michigan. 1-1 game now as Air Force will look to get some momentum back. The Chippewas get late momentum here as Dalton Sutherland comes up with the goal. Now played back as this one moves its way down. His first goal of the national tournament. Finding its way back into the neutral zone. Central will take this one now on James Gleason's stick. Gleason with 25 seconds left here. Taking it back. He works behind his own net. Justice Bigelow with it. Bigelow chips this one up. Bigelow fires a check back at a man who tried to hit him. Move back down. Danny Linso with this one. Move down the ice, taking it, finds its way back behind the net. Doug Gutierrez won't be able to win that race back, and the Chippewas will have an offensive zone face-off. 7.6 seconds left to go here in the first period. One game here after 19 minutes and 56.4 seconds. Right side circle face-off now. Face-off draws its way out, finding its way out of the zone. 4 seconds left to go here. Air Force will try and bring it in, fires a shot, and that will do it for the first period of play. What an exciting 20 minutes here. Everything that it was promised to be. Air Force controlling that period in so many ways. Central Michigan with a late goal, though, to make this one a 1-1 score heading into the first intermission. And what a first period of action. Tyler's got head coach James Cadjo of the Central Michigan Chippewas down on the bench, and we'll see what he has to say after 20 minutes of play. Take it away, Tyler.
Here with Coach James Cadzo. Coach, very physical first period from the Air Force Falcons. What are you going to tell your guys as you head into the first intermission?
Stop being lazy and complacent. These guys are nothing. No disrespect to them, but it's ridiculous.
2 slow starts in both your first games. What has that got to do with the team? Is that something you guys just coming out slow, lazy, or relaxed?
I think it's just been a kind of our Achilles heel all year long. Like, we don't get anything going until the second period, and it's frustrating. But usually we're the beneficiary of being able to hang around long enough to get it kicked in, and I don't think tonight will be any exception. At least I hope not.
You guys are known for putting the puck in the back of the net. What do you have to do to try and capitalize on John Gannon, who's been fantastic so far for Air Force?
We just need to work harder to get to the puck, right? We get the puck in the shooter's hands. I mean, the rest takes care of itself, but we just got to start moving our feet, creating more chances, and we'll be just fine. But up until now, we're just letting their chaotic physicality get the best of us right now, which is it's disappointing.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck in the second.
Thank you, Tyler. That will do it for 20 minutes of play here from Chiller North Rink B. 1-1 game between the top 2 teams in Pool A, both looking for that trip to the semifinals. We'll step aside now and rejoin you before the start of period number 2. Second period action set to get underway here. And what a game we've had so far. A 1-1 tie between the top two teams in Pool A.
Man, what a great first period from the Falcons. They came out from the time the clock had 20 minutes on, and they did not look back. A stumble at the end as Dalton Sutherland was able to tuck one in at the end of the game, at the end of the first, assisted from Ryan Tyre. But we just talked to Coach James Cadzo. He's fired up and frustrated with his team's performance. Look for a physical Chippewa team coming out here determined. But Air Force, man, they're looking really, really good. A totally different Air Force team than we saw yesterday that was seemingly manhandled for the entire game against George Mason. They are dominating the Chippewas physically and offensively.
And we are underway here. Second period of action as this one's moved back inside of the defensive end for Central Michigan. Moving this one up, it finds its way down towards the net. Riley Morgan barely saw that, but comes up with a save. 10 seconds into it, the fastest goal of this tournament, scored by Florida Gulf Coast against Fairfield. 14 seconds in.
Wow, impressive.
That was almost faster.
Shots in that first period, the Falcons 7, Central Michigan 11, and now the Falcons have 8 with that quick first shot.
And here's a shot, that one trying to sneak in left side, short side, playing its way back behind the net. Oh, and that one forwarded towards the center slot area. Now down out of the zone it comes. This one will be a race down. No icing call, so Alex Osborne will go in back behind the net for this one. Played back up the ice. Russell Ellis moves that one up, finding its way down. Cal Jesko spins a man around like a car wash, and this one finds its way back inside of the defensive end of the Chippewas. Now back as the Chippewas have it inside of the defensive end. Moving it, intercepted here, taken by Luca Amato. Left side circle to the front of the net. Oh, and the net comes way off as Amato has his head forced into there. I don't know if he was touched or if he went right in. No call from any officials.
He was. Michael Cross going to go to the box here. I think a hit from behind, but man, Central Michigan just avoiding an A-plus scoring chance by the Falcons. Not only did Amato crash the net and make it a great opportunity for himself, but he drops the puck and leaves it and sitting it right on the doorstep. The Falcons were crashing, but fortunately for CMU, the net goes off its hinges, but unfortunately for them, they're going to head to the penalty kill.
And now we'll see what this power play for Air Force can do. 16.7% coming into this game. 0 for 1 so far after one period of play here. Played back inside of the corner. They move this one back out right side blue line. This one a big shot taken, finding its way to the front, just missing the net down there. What a rip down from Trey Tollefson. Wow.
What a shot from the point by Trey. It looked like it found the blocker of Riley Morgan and then popped straight up into the air. It looked like for me it was going to trickle into the back of the net, which would have been a very quick power play goal, but man, these teams are fighting hard in the corners, right on the blue line to keep the puck in. Both teams not making a whole lot of mistakes either.
And you wonder which of these two teams is more conditioned as this one finds its way to the blue line. I'll explain that in a second. Right side circle, firing a shot. This one loose in the low slot area, finding its way to the neutral zone. And this one played back by Air Force. Of course, the Air Force cadets of the United States Air Force Academy, but James Cadzo, almost a drill instructor of his own right, is he has these guys working all of spring break, the entirety of the season. They had their first game scheduled for September 28th. They played 4 more games than anticipated and have been playing since September 4th. That means practices at least a month before then.
They played more games than anyone in the ACHA at the Division III level. Incredible. 40 games for Central Michigan. They played 42 games this season, including the 2 ones at Nationals. That is half of an NHL season, Sean.
Yeah, there you go. And right now, this Air Force and Central Michigan game looking like an NHL game as these two teams playing one heck of a physical and fast hockey game. This one playing its way right back inside of the defensive end of Air Force. Chipped back down a little bit more by Nathan Allgaier. Allgaier chases him all the way back behind the net now as Philip Fazio, back after we saw him limping off the ice a little bit ago in the first period, finds his way back out. Now played as it's sent down the ice by Gabe Smith. And a great clear down there as 26 seconds remain in this penalty kill for the Chippewas. Finding its way off of the skate. Back down the ice it goes now. Entrance from the right side blue line. Brought back down from Ryan Ruley. He goes down out of the ice as Gleason chips this one over. D-to-D pass finding its way to the blue line. Controlled now by Beckwith. Beckwith's pass goes right back behind the net. Controlled here as Gutierrez goes to the slot. Beckwith at the blue line. Firing a shot right over top of the net. Great screen down there, but it won't work out. But this one can't be cleared. Right side circle in front and they score! One-time time in front of the net, and Doug Gutierrez puts it in the back of the net. 2-1, Air Force retakes the lead.
And that play is 100% made at the point. A beautiful stop at the blue line. Nathan Algar is trying to clear it out. They keep it in. A one-time pass right down below. I think there were 3 Air Force Falcons wide open in the offensive zone. Gator couldn't get it out, and the Falcons score and retake the lead here just at the tail end of that power play.
17-10 left to go here, second period. Wow, what a power play. It was not a power play goal there by Air Force right as soon as the power play ended. That beautiful one-timer, and that's how you get goals past Riley Morgan, one of the stingiest goaltenders as he came into this game with a 1 GAA. Well, he's got 2 against him now. A great hold in the line down there, of course. And this one finding its way back as Air Force retakes the lead, and they look to add on it. Played back down the slot. It's intercepted by Ryan Tyre. Dalton Sullen going off to the races now. 2-on-1, but Dalton Sullen slew-footed out there as he can't take that one with him. Finding its way back behind the net at the goal line. Back down now, Nathan Algeier. Chip shot right back down behind the net to Dalton Sullen. This one knocked down Ryan Tyre. He gets taken back to the left side circle. Tyre taking this one to the blue line. Cal Jesko tries to move it back down. Held into the blue line. 2-on-1 developing here with Patrick Bresser back in the defensive end. Left side circle, firing a shot, and they score! Alexander Faulkner. He gets that one past the stick side of Riley Morgan, and a 3-1 Falcon lead from Faulkner.
Well, that's just a play at the blue line for Central Michigan. They're unable to keep it in their zone. 2-on-1 coming the other way with Bresser and Faulkner, who has been the MVP all weekend for Air Force. Puts a couple of moves on Riley Morgan, sneaks it below his blocker. Faulkner, that is his 4th goal of the season, of the postseason, excuse me. The MVP hero in overtime yesterday. He told me in that post-game interview that he was going to take care of business today, and so far he was following through on his word. What a huge second period so far by the Falcons.
The kids call that one shooting your shot, and right now he is shooting with dead aim precision. A beautiful goal from him right down there, and a 2-goal lead. The largest deficit we've seen from Central Michigan in some time is Shane Agnello gets absolutely destroyed by one of his own players. Now played back down. Justice Bigelow had it and lost it. It's played back down now. Those were 2 goals in 50 seconds from Air Force.
Wow. What a great second period. Central Michigan still not having a shot on net.
Nick Wink working this one, trying to get right side circle, and great defense down there from A.J. Beckwith. Nick Wink loses his stick looking for a slashing penalty, can't get it. Now Justice Bigelow trying to get in the way of this. You hear that Air Force fan base coming through as this one finds its way inside of the corner. Back down, Shane Agnello goes after this one. Played behind the net as Joey Simon Selly goes after it. Simon Selly back down now, trying to work with this one. St. Andre can't move it out. Onto the ice comes Dylan Billings, and that one gets taken out of the zone as Billings levels his man down there, and he's going to be going off here. Either interference or cross-checking, and a little bit something down there as we get it from Youngquist.
Yeah, they're going to take both of them. So just as Air Force is about to get a power play, they immediately give it away. That's a huge mistake by number 2, Jared Youngquist, losing his composure, taking out Dylan Billings, and eliminating a power play opportunity for Air Force.
And you can't do that.
No,
if
that
you're
is totally,
Youngquist.
man. That is totally unacceptable for the Falcons. You have an opportunity to go on the power play in a game which you have dominated.
Yeah.
Central Michigan, a team that has themselves dominated in the 2 previous games, and you just gave away an A+ opportunity for your team to go up 3 goals in the second period, which would have been incredible. They are out shooting the Chippewas 9-0 with 15:09 left in the second period. An unbelievably impressive game so far from this Air Force team. They've been fantastic in every aspect of this game, and this Chippewa team looks frustrated, they look flustered, they look nervous, they look like every single time they touch the puck they expect to be hit, playing right into the game of Air Force, and they are executing their game plan to perfection so far here in the second period.
Ryan Tyre centers this one to Dalton Sullen, backhand opportunity. Oh, and a phenomenal kick save down there from John Gannan. Now played, Ryan Tyre goes in after this one, 4-on-4 hockey for the next 1:45. Played down, great entrance in. That one can't be brought back in all the way down, though, as Dalton Sullen goes in after this one. Played back, Beckwith fires a shot into Riley Morgan's glove for the save. 14:46 to go here. Second period, 3-1. Falcons lead it.
And it took 5 minutes here into the second period for the Chippewas to first get their first shot of the period, being outshot 10-1 here And Air Force, they are smothering this Chippewa team.
Played back inside of the corner. James Gleason takes this one. Brennan Martin with it on his stick. Looking to hit somebody, and he goes forward. Can't touch up on Tyre there. This one goes down for an icing. 14:36 to go here. Second period, 3-1 lead.
And this Air Force team clicking on all cylinders. They have not made any mistakes here, and the Chippewas have made a couple, and it's cost them on the goal. Fortunately for CMU, they are not on the penalty kill, but unfortunately for Air Force, they're not on the power play.
Back behind the net, the Chippewas have this one now. Left side circle, they exit out of the zone with it. Brennan Martin working up the ice. 4-on-4 here, still for another minute 18. Brennan Martin fires a shot. That one misses the net. James Gleason rings this one back around, and Brennan Martin goes in after this one. Martin played back over. James Gleason walks up, down to Ryan Tyre. Couldn't catch that one. Now played back behind. Ryan Tyre will take this one once again. Tyre from the corner. Evades a man. He gets knocked down onto the ice. Gets right back up. It's played back down. And a great job done down there from Doug Gutierrez.
Man.
But this will go down for an icing. Forgot that this is 4-on-4.
But Gutierrez, the Gutierrez brothers have played fantastic right there. Doug makes a tremendous play. Gorey gets the goal. And this team, this Air Force team, very impressed.
Yes.
With their amount of physicality and tenaciousness on the puck, moving it with precision, and again, just not making mistakes.
Played back left side circle now. Right in front of the net of John Canan, but no problem down there as A.J. Beckwith exit out of the zone with it. Beckwith right against the Air Force boards. Cal Jesko. Now Beckwith moving this one right back off of the goalpost, and that one just misses the net. Faulkner nearly had his second of the game. Dalton Sullivan going in after this one now as he'll collect it in front of his own bench. He brings this one in as a lone Chippewa. Sullivan right back behind the net, losing that one for a second. It goes inside of the corner. Now Sullivan leaves it right back behind the net. Leave left back there for Cal Jesko. Can't get that one through. And a Chippewa's looking to exit out of the zone, and Jacob St. Andre. Faulkner leads the rush the other way. 15 seconds on the 4-on-4. Faulkner to the front of the net, left back there, and it's taken now by Cal Jesko. Jesko as this one escapes out of the zone.
Delayed penalty against the Chippewas. I think it's going to be Cal Jesko for a slash. Faulkner put a beautiful stick handling move right between his legs. Tried to get an opportunity in front. And now Air Force trying to get an odd man rush before CMU can touch it up, and they will right now. Another power play. Sorry, Sean. Another power play opportunity for the Falcons.
They are over on their 2 power plays so far, but they got their last goal off of that power play ending and keeping that puck possession in their zone.
And that's so impressive from this Air Force special teams penalty kill. Again, Central Michigan coming in with the best power play in the ACHA National Tournament, converting on 80% of their chances. And like you said, they are over so far here in this game.
Left side circle face-off. We'll see what the third power play of the day can do for the Air Force Falcons. They find this one, left side circle. Finding this one, makes its way down left side circle. Played back behind the net now, right side blue line. Works its way back down behind the net. Now it works inside of the corner, making its way as it's collected here by Air Force. The corner, played back left side blue line. From the blue line, they work with this one walking down from Trey Tollefson. Tollefson passes it right back down outside of the circle to Ryan Ruley. Right in front of the net, this one back to Tollefson. Blue line, and right down to Ruley once again. Back to Tollefson, firing a shot in front. That one gets sent back away. Nick Wink will look for this one now as Agnello goes out. This one will be played back inside of the corner now. $1:20 left to go here as Agnello goes in after this one. Playing its way right back against the boards. James Gleason collects it. Plays it against. This one finds its way out of the zone as Tollefson has to come back the other way.
And Air Force so far on their power plays today have done a great job of keeping the puck in the zone. That's how they got their second goal of the game here today. A shot from the point. Went right in front. They were able to deflect it in front. And that's how Air Force has taken the lead here.
Philip Fazio goes in after this one now, finding its way up and out of the zone. Dylan Billings will take it now. Billings inside of the defensive end. Sends this one down the ice, and back there is Philip Fazio. Good clearing effort down there. Fazio can't get on top of it, though. Fazio goes after this one. Working like a dog down there, but gets taken away by the Falcons. They move up the ice the other way on Faulkner's stick. Faulkner with so much speed coming in now. Left side circle, he gets thrown off of the puck and falls down onto the ice. Moving its way back down. And a touch up here from Nathan Algeier as it finds way under the stick of Philip Fazio. Fazio, he gets sent down hard onto the ice, and a slow roller towards the net of Ganan.
What a great hip check there from the Falcons. Number 14 lays down the boom. That's Michael Plaza.
Down the ice this one goes, tipped back into the zone. Played back now as Dylan Billings will take it. Air Force unsuccessful on this power play once again. 5 seconds left to go on it. Now Dylan Billings will look to move up out of the zone with it. He'll send that one hard off of the arm of A.J. Beckwith.
Now we're going to get a penalty against Air Force. Going to the box is number 22, Luke Amato, for a late hit on Dylan Billings right in front of our broadcast position. So
they've been targeting Billings. It seems like there's been a few penalties in favor of him so far.
Well, he's a big dude. He weighs 220-pound defenseman. He's a massive guy, and he's been laying the boom himself. So this Air Force team, you got to take down their biggest guy, and they're doing a great job so far. But right as they are able to kill a penalty, CMU, they're going to go on the power play now.
St. Andre over to Martin, fires a shot, rebound in front. Pischke with a backhand. This one finds its way back behind. Pischke held up against the boards now, finding its way out of the zone, and Riley Morgan will play this one as we'll go from one power play to another. Jake St. Andre now back behind the net. Moving this one up is Brennan Martin. Martin up to Jeanette. Jeanette juggles that one a bit, finding its way off of the glass. Now loose as this one takes a weird redirect and finds its way down as St. Andre falls onto the ice, and Doug Gutierrez brings it in. Gutierrez back inside of the corner, taking a check down there. This one played back inside of the circles. Moving its way through the circles and all the way back down the ice as this one will be sent back down by the Air Force Falcons.
Yeah, Gutierrez sent that back one down, so it's not going to be an icing.
As now this one will be cleared back down by Air Force on their clearing effort. St. Andre, he'll just let Brendan Martin skate in. Martin from the right side, circle to the front of the net. He just loses that one back as Tyre's got it. Tyre sends this one behind on a backhand. Out of the zone it comes as St. Andre touches it up. St. Andre bringing this one right back down. Delayed offsides. Ryan Tyre goes after it. 50 seconds remaining on the Chippewa power play, and a great clear there from the Falcons.
Man, not any opportunities have the Chippewas had this power play. Not a single shot. And they're having a hard time getting pucks on net, making Air Force's goaltender John Gannon making his life very easy.
Gleason, right side circle, back up to Justice Bigelow. Bigelow waiting here, going down to Gleason, left side circle. Gleason fakes this one, has it going. Nathan Allgaier tips this one, it finds a way inside of the corner. Ryan Tyre throws the body down there, trying to take this one away. Bigelow takes it, he's got room to work with. Bigelow back down, finding its way behind the net, taken here by Dalton Sullen of the Chippewas, and Nathan Allgaier will take it once again here. Allgaier working his way up. Bigelow, the man tripped up. Allgaier sends it right back down. 10 seconds left to go on the Chippewa power play. Ryan Tyre right side, and this one right in front of the net. A great save from Gannon, even though it was a short side opportunity from Tyre.
Beautiful touch pass from Sutherland. Tyre goes right to the net, and Gannon holds that post strong. No leeway room for him, and Ryan Tyre can't really find an opportunity to put that one in the back of the net. I mean, there was no hole. He's shooting right into the chest of John Gannon. It's an easy save for him, but a great penalty kill here for the Air Force with 4 seconds left.
One back by Air Force as Ryan Tyre falls down on top of a man down there. This one will be played back in the other way. Faulkner brings this one in on sides. Pickpocketed down there from Dalton Sullen. Sullen tries to bring this one out. No such luck. He gets help from Nathan Allgaier down there. And there just seems like there's a million Falcons out there against these Chippewas. Played back right side circle, right back inside of the corner. Now played left side circle, played back down now. Working this one, it makes a few moves towards the back of the net, finds a way back out of the neutral zone after a few opportunities down there from Matt Dudnikoff. Justice Bigelow with this one now. Next stoppage in play will be the media timeout, and the Chippewas will desperately be needing that as they are being straight up overpowered in this game in every facet.
Physically dominated.
Here we go. Dalton Sullen coming in from the left side. Oh, and he gets hit as he tries to make the shot go down still. Nathan Allgaier leaves this one back. Allgaier gets this one at the blue line. Leaves it right back there for Ryan Tyre. Dump back down continuously to Dalton Sullen. Sullen, this one being moved back behind the net. Trying to move it. Can't do it right there. Brennan Martin, he tries to taste after that one. Out of the zone it'll come as St. Andre tries to keep it the other way. Can't do it as this one finds its way back inside of the defensive end of the Chippewas. 7:50 to go here, second period. Brennan Martin with this one inside of the corner. Down the ice it goes, Jacob St. Andre. Left back there for Joey Simoncelli to St. Andre, and he whiffs on that shot down there. Right up against the near side boards, Cal Jesko trying to keep this one in. Can't do it now as it's brought back out the other way by Cole Grove. Grove pass back over as a man falls down, and Michael Plaza now moved back down in front of the Air Force bench, now to the scorer's box. Brought back in, 2-on-1 here for Brennan Martin to work against, firing a shot loose in front. Oh my goodness, the Chippewas have to ride the momentum of that one. It was almost a 4-1 game, 1 inch away, and John Gannon will hold on to that one.
And at the last second, a ribbon in the ice hops the puck over the stick of an Air Force who was wide open in front of Riley Morgan, an Air Force Falcon, I believe. That was Branson Tahiri, the junior from Casper, Wyoming, in front, and we're going to get that media timeout. What a second period, as Air Force has come out into a second period in which normally the Chippewas would dominate, but man, they are overpowering them.
Yeah.
Like a bulldozer going over a sandhill. They look fantastic. Very impressed with this team, and I mean, what more do you have to say if you're the head coach of the Air Force Academy Falcons, Tim Hartge? Your team is clicking on all cylinders. But if I'm head coach James Cadzo of the Chippewas, I'm telling my guys to calm down because they look riled up and they look nervous, they look tentative, and they look slow. This Chippewa team looks like they are playing at a speed 2 notches below that of Air Force. They are really turning on the afterburners.
And all the losses we've seen from Central Michigan this season, no one has dominated the team quite in this fashion. Even the sweep from Michigan that we saw earlier this season, they cut off the lanes and the team looked slow, but this is just pure domination from Air Force. Chippewas have to find a way, because right now they're trying their routine passes that they tried against Georgia Tech and George Mason. Those worked out, but Air Force is way, way better of a team than either of those two teams. If you want to beat them, you got to figure them out. Air Force, one of the smartest teams in this tournament, and they're showing it right now as they are silencing the Chippewas.
And the positioning of the Falcons, they are flying. They are coming down and cutting off the passing lanes, cutting off the shooting lanes. No Chippewa has more than 2 feet of room before a Falcon is right on them. This team is being tenacious and dominating in every aspect. Just utter dominate. We have not seen a game like this against 2 heavy, hard-hitting teams in which one team is just dominating the other.
Philip Fazio has this one stuck up inside of his skates, taken right back, and it moved out of the zone by Youngquist. Brought back in by Dylan Billins. Youngquist takes this one at the blue line. Billins with it once again. Billins moves this one in. He'll dump it right back down and throw a little bit of check down there against Youngquist. Alex Osborne takes this one inside of the corner for a moment, and it's taken right back by the Trey Tollefson. Thought that was Gutierrez. My apologies. Dylan Billins now inside of the defensive end. Billins, he gets wrapped around, and that one falls off his stick. He takes his puck right back behind. 6.5 minutes to go here. Move down the ice. Gabe Smith with the rush. 3-on-3 developing here. Smith from the right side circle. Firing a shot loose in front. Michael Croft couldn't get to that one. Croft fires that to nobody. And the miscommunication, as you can see, this Chippewa team is getting visibly frustrated.
Yeah, they look flustered.
Back down the ice it goes. Philip Fazio goes after this one. He'll beat out the icing call back there as he goes down into the boards. Michael Croft going in after this one now. And this one gets chipped down the ice. This roller, a foot race here for Justice Bigelow, and he wins that one back. Bigelow skating faster than I think we've seen him do the entire tournament.
And what a game so far from Alexander Falconer. He has dominated offensively.
Incredible.
Every time he's around the puck, there's a scoring chance for the Falcons. Creating opportunities, flowing, moving with the puck. And they're just jumping on all cylinders. Very impressive from this Air Force team.
Tyre fires a shot. John Gannan covers it up, and that one couldn't be passed back down as it finds its way to Nathan Allgaier. Dalton Sullivan back behind the net. Sullivan trying to wrap this one around. Loose in front, taken back by Ryan Tyre. Tyre inside of the corner now. Tyre dumps it right back behind now as Dalton Sullivan's got this one right in front. Short side. That one gets taken away by Air Force, and they dump it out of the zone. The defense helps out their stud goaltender.
Man, he is doing really well right there. A good chance, though, from Tyre.
Oh,
and a
man.
huge hit there from Falconer.
What a ginormous check, and now Air Force brings it in. Passing over to Falconer. Tyre tries to throw a check against him. Turn and fire, and Riley Morgan knocks it down. A cross check up high.
They're going to get a penalty for Bigelow. That's a really bad penalty to take, too. A cross check high down to the ice goes Luke Amato, who has found himself in the penalty box a bit, but Justice Bigelow, you can't take that penalty. You're already trailing in a game. The second period is dwindling, and now you're going to go down to another man, but Luke Amato is going to go into the box as well. Interesting.
I don't know what Amato's going for.
They're giving him they're teeing him up. So it's going to be a He must have said something after the play or done something, but
both bad penalties. Yeah. Bigelow's just a frustration penalty, and I don't know what Amato did or said.
And that's the second time today the Air Force has given away a power play.
Correct. Would have been the 4th power play of the night for the Falcons. Instead, it's 4-on-4 hockey once again, as that one just hit off the very high boards.
Well, remember, Air Force has dominated 4-on-4 hockey here. Well, they've dominated 5-on-5, 4-on-4, 5-on-3.
The power play is the only facet they've struggled in, really.
They probably dominated a 5-on-1 opportunity the way they're playing here today. Fantastic.
Jason Pischke moves it in, fires a shot, and John Canan shuts the door.
And an easy save there. Chippewas just trying to get the puck on net. They're being outshot 14-8 here in this period. 4-on-4 now for the next minute and 39 seconds.
Face off left side circle. Jason Pischke will take this one. Pischke, this one finds its way back behind the net now. A.J. Beckwith looking to move with it. Finds its way back behind. Russell Ellis with it. Jason Pischke goes after this one. Michael Croft leaves that one there and taken right back in by Ryan Ruley. Ruley as Martin goes after this one. Played back behind the net. Martin goes in after it. Played inside of the corner. Up and out of the zone it comes from A.J. Beckwith, and down the other way for Doug Gutierrez. Cal Jesko inside of the corner. 4.5 minutes to go here in this one. Second period. Played back, right side goal line. Oh, and they try to go right in front with that one on a streaking man.
Another opportunity for Falconer.
Faulkner has played a great game here in this one as Nathan Allgaier plays it back inside of his defensive end. And this one moved up ice on a backhand. Brendan Martin now coming in on 3 Falcons. Moving himself, low slot, firing a shot. A wicked backhander that misses not by much. Back behind the net, Faulkner has this one once again. He looks to move as Brendan Martin fires a slash against him. Faulkner brings this one in, 39 seconds left, and they'll be taken out by Michael Croft. Croft, and he's got to work steadily with this one. Sends his man down onto the ice, kept into the zone. He's up level down there. Brendan Martin goes in after it against his number mate. Now taken inside of the corner. Nathan Allgaier, that one lost inside of the circle, collected by Faulkner. Faulkner, just a freshman, leading this one in left side circle. Thrown off the puck down there from Dylan Billins. Faulkner, back to Kyle Abraham. Abraham down as it's taken now by St. Andre. St. Andre up to Allgaier. Touched up to Gleason. Gleason brings it in to St. Andre. St. Andre fires one wide. Now going in. Ryan Tyre gets a stick on the ice. Fires one, a slow roller back behind. St. Andre takes it.
That was really close to too many men for the Chippewas. Fortunately for them, Nathan Allgaier was able to get off the ice before Ryan Tyre touched it up.
Now played back behind the net. James Gleason with a chance on that one. Finding its way the other way. Now moved back inside of the corner. Moving this one. Oh, that one might have hit off of the head of Tollefson. Chippewas will take advantage of this one. Taken back behind the net. Dalton Sullen with this one. Trying to go right back behind. He gets pushed around back there. Jacob St. Andre's got it. St. Andre. That's not going to work as it's taken out of the zone and moved down the ice. No icing here with 2:45 to go. Moved up the ice. Dalton Sullen leaves this one on a touch pass back to Tyre, and Sullen dumps it right back in as he'll go back around. Nick Wink goes in the corner after this one, finding its way towards the net of Ganan. In the way right there for a moment was Nick Wink. Loose inside of the circle. Nick Wink's got this one down to Tyre. That one can't work out. Now played as this one finds a way down the ice. Dumped right back in by Brendan Martin. Finding its way right back behind the net now. Moving it. It finds its way back there. Trying to move this one from the circles. Blocked right in front. Wink fires a shot and off of the crossbar. That one stays in play though. Ryan Tyre, Dalton Sullen. He can't keep this one on his stick. Finding its way inside of the corner. Matt Hahn takes a huge check down there. This one goes down the ice and it will go down for a penalty against the Chippewas. $1:59 to go here. Second period, 3-1 lead for Air Force over the Chippewas. And Brendan Martin heads to the box for 2. This will last, barring a penalty, realistically the rest of this period. 3-1 lead for the Falcons, and they go on their fourth power play of the day. Left side circle is where this faceoff will be taken from. Ryan Ruley under center. He's been a phenomenal faceoff man for the Falcons today. One from the left side circle, and they play this one right back as Doug Gutierrez walks the blue line with it. Plays it right back on a backhand, left side circle. Finding its way back out blue line, firing a shot towards the net, in front, and out of the zone. This one will come as Nick Wink will go after it, working on the forecheck. Shane Agnello joins him down there. This one played inside of the circles. Wink going after this one. Agnello back there as well. Wink, as this one will be taken now by Russell Ellis. Ellis up the ice to AJ Beckwith. Beckwith now moves this one opposite side, taken in. It's moved around back there by Ryan Ruley. Ruley nearly not able to hold that one in. Finds its way up the ice. Shane Agnello off to the races. Left side circle down to Wink, and should have took that one. Wink falls down onto the ice, and it's loose back inside of the defensive end. But Wink's going to draw a penalty out of this one. A roughing penalty as the Chippewas will kill off the power play and go on their own after this one expires. Fifth power play of the day for Central Michigan, and Shane Agnello started that one, passing it right back to Nick Wink. 4-on-4 hockey here. It'll last a $1:13, 1:12 left in the period. The Chippewas will have some bleed over power play time into period 3. Right side circle face-off here for Dalton Sutherland. One back here, Air Force takes it. Sutherland trying to take this one back. Controlled as it's taken by Jared Youngquist. Youngquist nearly gets thrown to the boards. He sends this one down the ice, not far enough to be able to go down for an icing. And we're down to the final minute of this period. Played back down, Dalton Sutherland takes this one. Sutherland to the front of the net. Oh, and a great job done down there as it's touched up by Air Force. And a penalty coming up against the Falcons. Dalton Sutherland forcing that one, and the Chippewa faithful trying to get their team back in it. So the Chippewas will go on a 4-on-3 power play here for 54 seconds, and then they'll have 5-on-3. Sixth power play of the game. That's heading to the box. It's Trey Tollefson. 2 Falcons in the box now, and the Chippewas got to take advantage of this. They had a 5-on-3. Well, this is a 4-on-3 now, but a 5-on-3 earlier in this game and could not convert. They have the power play now. They win it back to Dylan Billings at the blue line. Billings finds it back down to Justice Bigelow. Bigelow inside the left side circle. Billings waiting for it at the blue line. Bigelow back down, gets this one right back. A lot of room to work with here. Firing a shot towards the front of the net. Sutherland tried to send that one through on a redirect, but it gets sent down the length of the ice, and that one will be corralled by Riley Morgan. A little bit too close for comfort down there. 30 seconds left to go here. Moved up the ice from Dylan Billings, and Sutherland has to go in after it. Sutherland brings this one around to himself. 2-on-1 here. Sutherland. Oh my God, what a block from AJ Beckwith. Gets in the way and prevents a goal there from the Chippewas. Justice Bigelow will take this one back slowly. 13 seconds left to go here. Billings up the ice. Chippewas here with 10 seconds to go in the period. Bigelow enters from the right side. Bigelow back behind the net. Trying to wrap around attempt. Loses this one back. No time left, and the Chippewas will run out of time. They'll have 47 seconds left of a 5-on-3. They'll need to convert as they find themselves down to 3-1, heading in to the second intermission here. And what a game this Air Force team has played, absolutely dominating Central Michigan in every facet. And the Chippewas need a prayer heading into the third period. Air Force so close to their first ever semifinal berth. Tyler Marcotte is down there with head coach Tim Hartshee of Air Force University. Let's see what the head coach of the winning team has to say after 2 periods of play. Take it away, Tyler.
Coach, a very impressive second period for your team. Your thoughts on their performance?
No, I agree. We came out hot. We talked about some things in the locker room, regrouped a little bit, and I was real pleased with our competitiveness there at the start of the second.
You guys gave up a late goal in that first period. What was your message to your team to get them back on track?
Well, hey, we were doing the right things early on. We had them right where we wanted them in the game. This is the type of game we had talked about this morning in our team meeting. And the game developed just as we predicted. And, we kind of got off our game a little bit there in the first period. Took about a couple of uncharacteristic penalties for us, and that's the one thing that we're going to go talk about right now.
Yeah, I was just going to mention 2 or 3 times in this game you guys have had the opportunity to go on the power play, but a couple of untimely penalties from your team. What is going to be your message to have them keep their composure heading into a very important third period?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Hey, we're getting back to Air Force hockey. Air Force hockey, we do things the right way, and that's what we're going to do here in the third period.
You guys have dominated. Very impressive second period. Good luck in the third, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you, Sean.
Thank you, Tyler, and a very confident and, a well-strategized head coach, Tim Hartshee. He knows what his team has to do. He knows how he has to lead them to victory, and so far their plan in this game has worked out to perfection. Save the goal from the Chippewas with under a minute left to go. This Air Force team is absolutely dominating and forcing their will. That will do it. 40 minutes of play in the books, 20 minutes away from deciding who goes to the semifinal. We will see you before the start of the third period. A massive third period of hockey action just about to get underway here from Columbus, Ohio. Winner of this one moves on, and the loser goes home.
And what a fantastic 40 minutes of play from Air Force. Some of the best hockey I think you and I have seen all season, executing on every opportunity, physical, crashing the net, tenacious on the forecheck, and not giving up on the back check, cutting out the neutral zone, limiting the shooting lanes for the Chippewas. I mean, this is a Central Michigan team that does not often score less than 3 goals. And Sean, the numbers when they score 3 or less goals in the game are not good. 1-6 when CMU has scored 3 or less goals, and right now Air Force is putting on a clinic against the CMU team.
And at this point, if they wanted to win, they would need to score 4 goals total.
Well, the Chippewas can move on with a tie should this game go to overtime or advance, but right now, I mean, Air Force
smothering.
They got this sealed down. This Chippewa team is gasping for breath, not literally, but offensively. They are having a hard time getting anything going. Shots after 2 periods. Well, in that second period, 14-11 in favor of the Falcons. They flipped the script on the Chippewas in the first as they led, and the shots still in favor of CMU, 22-21, but my God, it does not feel like that at all. As this Air Force team has been solid. They look calm, and just talking with Coach Tim Hartgee of the Air Force Falcons, they're executing. This is the game plan that they came in to set, and look at them on the bench. They're fired up. They know that this is the last 20 minutes. Both of these teams, it's win or go home. The winner advances to the semifinal to play the Dutchman. The loser has a one-way ticket home.
Who will advance here as Central Michigan starts this period with 47 seconds of a 5-on-3. Central Michigan lined up at center ice here. Faulkner versus Ryan Tyre. Tyre wins this one forward, and we underway the final 30. Ooh, Jake St. Andre takes a hard shot as he's on the bench.
And a big start to this third period. CMU, like you said, they got 43 seconds more on the 5-on-3, and then they're going to have a short power play. And I mean short power play. It's going to be about a 17-second power play, roughly, give or take a few seconds. But this is a huge moment for CMU. If they want to get back into this game, they're going to have to do it right now.
James Gleason holds this one into the blue line. Played back down inside of the circle. Gleason back blue line. Now played over. Nathan Allgaier. Gleason fires a shot. That one knocked down in front. Look at the defense right there, but Central Michigan holds it in. James Gleason with this one. Playing it back down inside of the corner. Gleason with this one. Back by the net. Played back up to Dalton Sullen. Sullen played back over. One-time opportunity. That one just jumps over the top of the net from Nathan Allgaier. Now played back down. James Gleason moves this one behind the net. Justice Bigelow back up to Nathan Allgaier. Allgaier from the right side circle, your leading goal scorer in the ACHA National Tournament. From the goal line now, trying this one on the backhand right in front, and they score! Nathan Allgaier, his 8th goal of the National Tournament, and it's 3-2 Central Michigan, down by 1 with still 21 seconds of power play time to go.
Well, what a great play down low by Justice Bigelow. He moves the puck up front, and the leading goal scorer in the ACHA Nationals takes advantage, snipes it upstairs above John Gannon. The second shot of the period for CMU, and we've got a 1-goal game here in the third period. Hold on to your bootstraps, fans. This one is going to come down to the final shot, the final second. And what a great start for CMU on the 5-on-3. That's exactly what they needed to get back into this one.
Less than a minute into the period, Central Michigan scores with their first goal since the last minute of the first period. Now James Gleason takes this one back. Massive for momentum. This Chippewa team was being absolutely ravished. Now they have to try and take advantage of that one and just stop this Air Force team, which has been the biggest struggle of the night. Riley Morgan has stood on his head as much as he could, despite the lesser shots from this Air Force team as Central has had. This one played down the ice, and that will go down with Dalton Sullen racing back. He beats out the icing call. What a performance down there. Sullen now back inside of the corner, back behind the net. Nate Allgaier goes after this one inside of the left side circle. Played back down. Justice Bigelow loses that one back as Russell Ellis leads it in. Ellis, he steps in. And Billings tries to get in the way of that one. Rebound in front, taken away by Justice Bigelow. Bigelow with 2 men leading up the ice. Down. Dalton Sullen trying to go after this one. He will win the race. Oh, wow. Play whistle down there. No arm from the official, but an icing call against the Chippewas.
Nathan Allgaier, his 8th of the postseason, his 10th. point, and he's been on fire. And I was just about to say before his goal, Sean, that we talked to the Air Force Academy Falcons, and their goal was shut down number 23. And in the first and second period, they did a fantastic job of doing just that.
He was nowhere.
He just slips through on the power play on the 5-on-3. One too many Chippewas in front of the net, and he's able to slip one by, and a huge goal for CMU. But Air Force is still playing fantastic.
Brennan Martin brings this one in, left side circle now behind the net, sets this one right in front to Ryan Tyre. And Tyre has tried to be fed all day long, but the Air Force Falcons focusing on him as well. Kyle Abraham back inside of the corner. Look at that one. There's the old high school connection as Kyle Abraham gets checked into the boards. Down there from Brennan Martin. Played right side corner now inside of the circle. Working this one right back down. Moving it through the circle. Doing a great job as Faulkner goes after it. Now Kyle Abraham with it. This one squeaks out of the zone. And a check zone down there from Ryan Tyre. Played back inside of the corner. Dylan Billings goes after this one. Moving it up the ice. Billings up to Wink. Don't know if he touched it. And that one will go down for an icing.
Officials are going to say no.
We have an interesting little tidbit of story as well about Kyle Abraham. We talked about his connection already to Brennan Martin, but how about his father, Greg Abraham, one of the founders of CMU Club Hockey back in the 90s, former player and helped start this team. Now he has his son playing against his team in the biggest stage of Air Force's life so far.
We've been talking to him all week. He's fantastic family that I've had the fortune of being able to get to know a little bit. I went to high school with Kyle Abraham. We're both alumni of the Northville Hockey program, and Kyle's a great guy, and his team is playing fantastic, and he's playing fantastic himself, and his dad is sitting in the stands a little torn between his former love and his current. But I think I know which one he's rooting for.
Yeah, you're right about that one. They're the ones leading right now in the score column. This one played back out. Moved out to Gabe Smith. Gets it right back from Cal Jesko.
Oh, he's not rooting for CMU?
I don't know.
Son plays for
I don't know. I don't know. He's an alumni, Fire up forever, I guess is what they say up there. Played back now as Doug Gutierrez has to fight this one off. Playing it back down. Moving its way to Jason Pischke's stick. Cal Jesko will step up. Keep this one going. Mid-slot area. Jason Pischke finds a right side circle. He whips, and now we've got a rush going the other way. Doug Gutierrez, well, it looked like a rush, but he'll just jump and change for this one. Played back behind the net, a little behind the play stuff. They'll let him play through it. Now Cal Jesko head fakes, moves this one up the ice. Intercepted, watch out here. Kyle Abraham brings this one in, and Gabe Smith goes after it down the ice.
Ouch.
Smith, as Kyle Abraham takes a big hit, now Simon Selly goes down. St. Andre chips it out of the zone, and Jackson Jeanette falls down onto the ice. Played down, St. Andre goes after this one, finds his way against the boards. Cal Jesko, he's trying to move this one in. Jackson Jeanette with it now. Jeanette, this one against the scorer's box. St. Andre, and just sends that one right down. Simon Selly goes back behind the net. 16 minutes left to go here. Played up. James Gleason will take this one, fires it forward, right in front of the net. What a block down there. Might have prevented a goal opportunity down there from the Chippewas.
What a great hustle play by James Gleason to keep the puck in the zone. He's able to and get a shot opportunity on net.
Kyle Abraham moves this one down. Seems like he's been out there for 4 minutes.
He's been fantastic so far in this third period, pressuring on the forecheck, and here causing a lot of opportunities, and he's finally going to go off for a change. Great shift there from Kyle Abraham.
Joey Simon Selly dumps this one down for a change for the Chippewas. Finds his way against the left side circle. Ice is a little slippery out there still. We've seen a few players take tumbles.
Just a bit.
Now Alex Osborne tries to check his man to the boards and get this puck taken back. James Gleason can't control that one, though he prevents the man from being able to do the same. Michael Croft steps up, finds his way back in. Justice Bigelow's got it, chips it forward. Alex Osborne can't get that one. It goes on net. No icing here, as a little bit too hot going in as Alex Osborne, but Canan, the big man, makes the save.
And one thing I talked about with Coach Tim Hartshee of the Air Force Falcons, I mentioned to him that twice in that second period they had an opportunity to go up on the power play, and they gave it away on honestly not very good penalties. And he's saying he's definitely looking to cut down on that.
With this one trying its way right to the front of the net. Sorry to interrupt you there, Tyler. Played back as this one finds a way through the circles. Watch out for the rush coming up the other way here now for the Air Force Falcons. Bringing this one in left side circle towards the front of the net. Riley Morgan might have poke checked that one right back behind. Now taken by Central Michigan. They work with this one back behind as Cal Jesko's got it. Jesko leaves it back there on a backhander up to Gabe Smith. Smith back back behind to Jesko. Jesko looking for a rush up ice. Ryan Tyre takes it, and he gets around one man going forward. Over to Nathan Allgaier, but that one won't find its way through as Air Force gets in the way. Now Brendan Martin leads the rush in, and that one gets taken away off his stick. Watch out here as we've got Air Force coming the other way. Led here by Ryan Ruley, the freshman from the right side, and that one just gets blocked away. Now we'll see what can be done from Corey Gutierrez. Gutierrez leaves this one right back, and Nathan Allgaier's got it with Kyle Abraham already back out on the ice.
And he has been a workhorse here in this third period for Air Force.
Dalton Sullivan brings this one in high slot area, rips this one, and I don't know where that one ended up, back behind the net now. Played as Dalton Sullivan gets tripped up. Dylan Billings has it. Quick pass right back over to Gabe Smith, and that one goes up high and out of play. Under 14 minutes to go here, 3-2 game.
And it's for Air Force, it seems like they're cycling out guys who are playing amazing. In the first period, it was the Gutierrez brothers. In the second, it was Alexander Falconer, and now Kyle Abraham's been all over the net, the junior from Farmington, Michigan. Fantastic. They've got a number of guys on this lineup. You look at the top, you look at the bottom, and each one of these names you say, man, we have said their name 1,000 times here. They're all playing tremendous. Very deep Air Force team, and every one of them is playing at the tip top of their game right now in the biggest stage of the season for them.
Luke Amato leads the rush out. 222s going against each other. He leads this one down. Look at the hops down there. Left side circle, a block in front from Jason Pischke. Now played back out to the blue line. Al Agnello tries to get in front down there, but Jason Pischke takes this one. Pischke, as it finds a way back to the right side blue line. Shot finds its way through here. Died right in front. Now in the circles. This one jumps up into the air. Thrown back down by a hand, and this one will be played as a hand pass is called here as Shane Agnello touches it up. 13:23 to go, third period, 3-2 lead. Chippewas with the last goal of this period.
That's such a tricky play. Sitting right on the doorstep is Luke Amato, a guy who has been all over the net. He's got a goal here today. He got the first goal of the game, and that's a dangerous play in Central Michigan, just trying to get it out in front of Riley Morgan, who's had a crazy day so far today. He's allowed 3 goals on 25 shots.
Wow.
But he's still playing well. But, I mean, we're just impressed with the entire bench and the entire staff, the entire coaching staff, the goaltending.
Yeah.
It has all been amazing for Air Force.
Just systematic.
Fantastic. They're executing a game plan, and Central Michigan's not.
Dylan Billings up to Nate Allgaier. This one held into the zone. Dave Smith goes around the wrong way, and this one has to be played by Shane Agnello. Agnello from the circles. Played back this one. Loose. Top right circle. Firing a shot. That one wide of the net. Nick Wink goes in after this one. Cole Grove with it inside of the corner. Pushes it back up the ice. Now back up right side blue line. Redirect down there from Nick Wink. Nearly found its way under the stick of Michael Plaza. Plaza, as this one finds its way back down to Pranson Tahiri. Inside of the corner. Jumps around. Dylan Billings to go after this one now. Billings with it, looking for a breakout. Goes off of the mid-glass, down the ice. That'll be touched up, so no icing on possibility down here now as the Chippewas go up for a line change. Moved up the ice, taken back here by the Chippewas. And Air Force with a very late line change as Nick Wink might have got a piece of that one, but it'll go down for an icing.
And a big missed opportunity for CMU. Air Force almost caught CMU changing, and then CMU caught the pass. James Gleason turned the other way, and they had a whole sheet of ice open. Missed pass, and it went all the way down, and they just missed an opportunity. And if you're CMU, those opportunities are not going to keep coming as this game gets later and later. 12:31 left in the game. You have to take advantage of the chances that you're able to.
James Gleason, that one jumps up out of play off the stick of Simon Selly. The good thing here for Chippewa fans is that they can go on if they could get a tie here. That's asking a lot of an Air Force team who is perfect in overtime so far, and still down a goal here with 12:24 to go in the third.
The tiebreaker is number of wins. It's head-to-head, the number of wins, and then right there, it's goals allowed, and Central Michigan currently leads in that category.
This one played, finding its way back, high slot area, held in at the line. Ryan Ruley fires a shot. Oh, that one just a last-second save by Riley Morgan. Oh, and St. Andre takes a hard check into the boards. He's slow to get up down there. Finally does get up, though. Now Justice Bigelow up to Jackson Jeanette. St. Andre tries to join in back on the rush. Tried to play that one off with a stick, and it finds its way right back in. Back behind the net, Riley Morgan. Got to be careful here. Nearly sent that one up and out of play. Finding its way back inside of the circle. Moving to the blue line. Brought back down. Faulkner working on the goal line. Pushed back off there, and that one's centered, but nobody there anywhere close to that puck's area. Now played as an Air Force Falcon falls down. Chippewas trying to get a 3-on-2 developing with Faulkner back checking here. Bigelow brings it in. Offsides there for the Chippewas. and both sides have different reactions to that one, as well as a face-off just outside of the offensive end.
Another missed opportunity for the Chippewas. A break the other way. Air Force doesn't have the numbers advantage. Coming back and just a missed chance. Offsides. I mean, those are, you learn those in youth hockey, and that's a tough break when you're a chance here at the College Hockey ACHA D3 National Tournament. And you got to play dead because of an offsides. Those are backbreaker.
Ryan Tyre sends this one back behind the net. That backdoors area is where the Chippewas love to operate from, as this one goes up and out of play. Chippewas will get an offensive zone face-off out of it now.
Back on the ice is the first line for Central Michigan, and that Kyle Abraham, Luke Amato line, the goal-scoring line, accompanied by Trey Tolfson. I mean, they have been fantastic. That first line for Air Force.
One back, Dalton Sullen has this one. Sullen sends it right back behind the net. Ryan Tyre looking to take this one. Working on a backhand. That one gets taken away now as Luke Amato leads it up ice. Luke Amato steps around Nathan Allgaier. Yeah, no kidding. Played back to the blue line. He's backing off the wrong side now as Faulkner takes it. Played right back in. Abraham with a huge check down there as Cal Jesko goes down out of the ice. Nice hit from a man who's been a workhorse in this third. Played back behind the net now. Chippewas will take it on the stick of Sutherland. Jesko up the ice now. Brendan Martin looking for it. Allgaier just sends it right back. Looking for the man way down the ice. They'll go off the boards, and they can't get that one cleanly up to Dalton Sullen, who wanted to look for an interference penalty down there. Played back down the ice, and this will go down for an icing against the Falcons. 10:39 to go, third period.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Sutherland, but in the third period of a one-goal game, of a clinching game, yeah, you're not going to get a call like that, and that is just two competitors colliding, not really with a whole lot of force, as you know, you're trying to plead your case any way you can, but in an elimination game on a Thursday, one goal, third period, tough. Yeah, you're not going to get that call.
This one played back, far side corner. Oh, and almost a great opportunity there from Osborne to Michael Croft. Dylan Billings dumps this one back in with speed. Chippewas get on the right side once again, almost to the halfway mark of this third period. Played back behind the net. Going after this one is Gabe Smith out of nowhere inside of the defensive end, and this one's pushed back out. Now Dylan Billings sends it up the ice. Billings to Croft. Croft looking to move up the ice. Moved up now as Dylan Billings has it. Billings. Ooh, Fazio just onside with that one for the Chippewas. Played back down, and Osborne couldn't take that one. Now back behind the net. Finding its way to Jared Youngquist. Finding its way as it moves up the zone. And bringing this one in are the Falcons. Some fancy moves down there. It finds way far side corner. Look at the undressing down there. And Billings finishes the man Ruley off. Nice job down there after a few Chippewas got undressed. Now Gabe Smith back behind the net fighting for this one. A lot of open room, firing a shot. Oh, what a block down there from Philip Fazio. He's been banged up today by this Air Force team.
And that's laying down the body for your team. Protecting Riley Morgan. Great block there from Philip Fazio.
Justice Bigelow brings this one in, head down, works this one to the front of the net, and the Chippewas are going to get a power play out of this one. Justice Bigelow has stepped up after taking that bad penalty.
We should have immediate timeout right here before the power play.
Works out very well for the Chippewas to set something up here on the power play.
Certainly does, and Coach James Kadzow is going to have an opportunity to direct his power play as they are about to get ready to go on a two-man advantage, or one-man advantage, excuse me, and an opportunity again. They started this period on a 5-on-3 shot and got a power play goal. That went off the stick of the leading scorer, Nathan Allgaier, in the tournament. I mean, that was huge. And now the Chippewas have an opportunity to come right back and score. This could be a huge momentum swing, Sean, as at the end of this power play, barring a score, we're going to have 7 minutes and 29 seconds left in this game.
Yep.
So if Air Force is able to kill off this penalty, a huge momentum swing in their favor. In 7 minutes, it sounds like a lot to get one goal, but I mean, Central Michigan has gone 51 minutes in this game, and they've got 2. So, I mean, what are they going to do? What do they have to do and try and find the back of the net? Well, we're going to find out on this power play, and if you're CMU, you're able to tie it up. That is a huge momentum swing here in the third period. Both these teams We expected to see the best from both of them, and we're seeing it. Fantastic third period here.
Left side circle face-off. Ryan Tyre will take it now. Tyre takes this one back down. Clean win back to James Gleason. Gleason passes it back down to Bigelow. Right over to Nathan Allgaier. That's the workhorse we want to get it to. Dalton Sullivan back behind the net. Plays this one up to Justice Bigelow. Bigelow back in front. Nathan Allgaier in front, and they score! Power play goal for the Chippewas. The comeback kids tie it up. 9:16 to go here in the third period.
Well, not just a power play goal, an early power play goal. Nathan Allgaier gets a beautiful pass from Justice Bigelow. Bigelow moves it over, and Allgaier moves it across the crease to Dalton Sutherland. The nation's leading goal scorer gets his first of the postseason, and we are tied here with 9:16. Sean, 13 seconds off of that power play. We are tied here in the third period.
And you don't think that Coach Cadzo had that perfect moment where he got that media timeout to set up his power play? That was systematic, as you see. That was the Chippewa team that George Mason and Georgia Tech both had to face. Tim Hartshey's team, they find the pressure on them now as they've got to respond. Wow.
Sean, heading in to this period, Central Michigan had not yet scored a power play goal in this game. They've got 2.
Massive. This one played back down now. Finding its way up the ice, Dalton Sullivan brings this one in. Right side circle, firing a shot. That one goes up high and out of play. Redirect off a stick, and we'll have an offensive zone face-off. Tyler, what a game we have had here.
Hey, but you and me, this is something that I've said all week. I've said it in every game. I think this tournament, you and I have done the game. The teams that convert on the special teams are going to be the teams that win the game. Right now, Central Michigan is 2 for 2 on the power play. Air Force, if they keep giving them opportunities to go up a man, they're going to find themselves down real quick if CMU keeps converting on their power play. Sean, they were 80% going into today. You cannot give that many opportunities to a team like CMU. How many times have we said it in this tournament that the teams, even Commissioner Dave Kurtz, he told me, he said, Tyler, the teams that win the national championship are the teams that can convert on the special teams, and right now that's CMU, but Air Force is dominating 5-on-5 right now. They need to stay out of the box. If they can do that, they'll have a chance to win this game, but right now we're tied in the third period of an elimination game, baby.
This is as good as it gets, and right now this is the second best game I think we've seen since, you guessed it, Air Force's game against George Mason yesterday. Man. An incredible overtime win for Air Force. Well, they need some of that good juju right now.
Hey, does that score sheet look a little bit like yesterday's?
Yeah.
Air Force tied, Air Force tied, Air Force.
Central's never led in this game.
And George Mason never led, or Air Force never led yesterday against George Mason. Air Force came out on top.
Wow.
Man, what a world. God, you got to love this game. This is the greatest game in the whole world, and we get to be here and watch these fantastic games play out in an elimination game. This is as good as it gets, Johnny.
This is a game you don't want either team to lose.
No, I don't want this game to end.
You wish this was a national championship game.
It feels like, honestly, the environment here at Schiller North B, Rink B. It feels like the environment that we expect to feel in the national championship final.
Nick Wing going back after this one. What a story this one is. 2 undefeated teams going into day 3. A first-timer in Air Force, one of the best teams in the country, and Central Michigan in their second trip. This one played, and right in front of the net, still loose. Kyle Abraham trying to backhand this one in. Oh my goodness, what a momentum shift it would have been once again for Air Force. Looking for a goal here in this third period. Played back down. This one gets blocked by Jackson Jeanette. Might have gone off his hand as this one finds its way back into the neutral zone. 7.5 minutes to go. Finding its way back down. And back in, A.J. Beckwith takes this one. Now Russell Ellis taken back. Jackson Jeanette has it. He gets laid down back there. St. Andre with him back there. Looking for reinforcements the other way as 2 Chippewas are in the area. Watch out here. Has gone to the races is Michael Plaza. Plaza shoots this one in. Ooh, a little bit dangerous of a save had to be made there from Riley Morgan. A sneaky good shot from Michael Plaza.
And Riley Morgan has not given up a goal since the 10:20 mark of the second period. He's been dynamite, and he has certainly faced a ton of shots, in the second and third period. We are all tied up at 6 shots apiece for both of these teams. Tied up here. Both teams have the same record. I mean,
unreal.
This story is writing itself, Sean.
7 minutes left to go in this storybook, and it's a chapter you don't want to end, a bookend that you don't want to see.
And if you're the Dutchman, you got to be watching this game going, oh man, we got to play one of these teams. How can we do that?
How about neither?
They both look fantastic.
They want both these teams to be eliminated somehow. Played back. What a check down there as that one's inside of the corner, finding its way back to the blue line. And this one shot back opposite side corner. Air Force starting to turn on the heat as they're getting a legitimate and strong forecheck for the first time in minutes. Now Ryan Tyre brings this one out the other way. Tyre enters into the zone here, fakes a slap shot, tries to shoot that one, and then loses the stick back behind. Now taken by Dalton Sutherland, trying to leave that one in front. Now taken here, shot on net, loose here. Allgaier with the backhand, still loose on the doorstep, and John Gannon makes the save here. 6:16 to go here.
And once again, the winner of today's game will take on the Hope Flying Dutchmen. The victors out of Pool D. And then out of Pool C and B, we've got Oakland against the Cinderella story Quinnipiac.
2-4 seeds.
3-0. Shocking.
Murdered their
all
teams.
of the teams that they have faced in pool
Michigan
play.
State, a tough competition against that Quinnipiac team, but New Mexico and UCF dominated.
Yeah, very impressive in Oakland. I mean, a 4 seed that certainly doesn't feel like one, as they were the national champions 2 years ago, and they were certainly back here last year. And my goodness, what a Final Four this is going to turn out to be, no matter which team comes out of this pool.
Loose inside of the low slot area, nearly taken back by Jason Pischke. Not sure how the Chippewas kept that one in the zone. Played back is now being entered from the left side. Oh, that one just missed the net.
What a great shot.
Yeah, Corey Gutierrez getting ready to light up the scoreboard. He'll do it once again as he misses. I don't know. This game's going to cause me to have a heart attack. Thank God I'm about 30 years the junior of Lou Gamlin.
Oh, he'd be losing his mind right now.
He's getting ready over at the NAIA championships. This one played back out now. Shane Agnello, the blue line chance, firing a shot. That one misses the net once again. Nick Wing trying to get in the way of this one. Push it out of the zone to the blue line, and that one might have been punched out of the zone. 5.5 to go here. And you can just smell that extra 10 minutes coming in.
And again, the Chippewas advance with a win or a tie after overtime. Air Force, they need that win.
Joey Simon-Selly goes after this one. No icing against Central Michigan. Finding its way to Dalton Sutherland's stick. Sutherland leaves this one back for Simon-Selly. Doing this one around. James Gleason fires a shot and they score! The first lead of the game for the Chippewas, and it comes with 5 minutes left from the captain. Dalton Sutherland might have tipped that one in front. 4-3, Central leads it, 5 minutes to go.
And I'm not sure how that puck squeaked out on the captain's stick. Somehow, someway, Dalton Sutherland got it out, and Gleason, the quick turnaround ripper past John Gannon. And for the first time this game, all the momentum is on the Central Michigan bench, and Air Force looks stunned.
This is unbelievable. You can't even imagine.
I'm shocked, Sean. Another opportunity here.
Now they move this one down to Nathan Allgaier, and he just misses the roof with that one. Oh my goodness, what a shot down there. And the goal does go to the captain as this one jumps down, bouncing around inside of the right side circle. Air Force needs a response here. The Cardiac kids have done it enough times already. Ryan Tyre, and he can't get that one down cleanly to Dalton Sutherland. James Gleason, the captain, waits for the biggest stage to get his first goal of the national tournament. Now played back behind the net, left back up there for Nathan Allgaier, finding its way back through the legs of Nathan Allgaier. Watch out here, Faulkner, the man on this team who has led them with the goals, played back over Kyle Abraham, and he just misses that one. A block in front, and a great job done down there from Nathan Allgaier, getting in the way of a tough Trey Tollefson. Now played Faulkner, shoots this one, and a good follow there, and a nice glove save made by the goaltender Riley Morgan.
The CMU stand side is fired up. Obviously, no pun intended, Sean, but man, Air Force looks deflated. Central Michigan looks rejuvenated, and Coach Cadzo for Central Michigan is going to call a timeout and try and rally the troops. But, Sean, I'm speechless. This third period, based off of the first 2 periods that we saw from Air Force, everything was pointing towards an Air Force dominating third period.
I expected nothing less than that.
And we come back, and right in the first couple of minutes of the game, or the period, Nathan Allgaier scores on the power play. What seemed like an eternity later, Dalton Sutherland gets his power play goal, and then just a few minutes ago, the captain, James Gleason, scoring his first goal of the tournament. And for him, That is his 24th goal of the season. And just to show you the accolades of James Gleason, here's the pedigree of James Gleason.
The Gleason bloodline coming out for you.
First team all-conference MCHC. Dream team selection MCHC for the second year in a row. Last year, 2 years ago, he went to Europe on the ACHA D3 All-Star team. Played over there against some of the best competition that Europe has to face. His brother, Benjamin Gleason, is a star defenseman for the Hamilton Bulldogs, and his uncle, Tim Gleason, former Carolina Hurricanes. So James Gleason, ice in his veins, the pedigree, and he has been following his family bloodline footsteps. But if I'm Air Force, you have got to weather the storm somehow. A big hit, a big play, a big save, somehow, some way. Coach Tim Hartshee's got to get his team refocused on the game plan. The game plan's be aggressive, attacking at the point of attack, cutting off the shooting lanes, cutting off the passing lanes. Don't let CMU get an inch. So far in the third period, it's been all CMU.
Played back now, and we were both talking about this during the intermission. This game could have easily been 6-1
Oh
Air
my gosh,
Force.
it should have been.
It should have been. This
a lot
team
of missed
absolutely
opportunities,
dominated.
but they capitalized on a lot of them.
3 unanswered goals now for the Chippewas. Under 4 minutes to go here, and you don't think that this is the pressure zone the cadets trained for? This one held on to. Oh man, you can't get any more real life experience of these cadets' experience that they'll have to be having as the heart and soul of the military.
You know, I certainly can't even imagine what they train and what they have to go through in their training regimen. But
well, we were hearing it from Mr. Abraham, Kyle's dad earlier. The lead men of Faulkner and Ryan Ruley, they had to be 72 hours of straight physical activity earlier this week as a part of their cadet training, as this one just misses the net. These are real men out there. That's the reason they call themselves the Coneheads. They say fly the cone. They all have the same haircut. They all recognize that they all look the same. Fly the cone, play the exact same style of offense, be one another.
I can imagine that they're taught how to handle themselves in adversity, and what better way to preach that than in a national tournament elimination game as they're facing a 1-goal deficit with 3:20 left to go in this game.
Now this one nearly played up to Kyle Abraham. Taken back by Ryan Tyre behind the net. Finding its way up, Nathan Algire's got it. Algire looking to hit Sullen. Sullen on the run down here, and great defense back there from Air Force.
Oh, fantastic there. Number 4 for Air Force, AJ Beckwith, the captain, trying to rally the troops.
No pun intended. Maybe a pun intended.
A little bit.
Pischke, this one finding its way back down. Kyle Abraham trying to take this one back in the offensive end.
But it works.
It does, very well. Played back now. Chippewas move this one forward. Dylan Billings can't catch that one. Nearly has that one taken right back. Now he gets it. Jason Pischke fires the shot, and he scores! Top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. 5-3, 4 unanswered goals from the Chippewas. Under 3 to go here in the third period. The boys are buzzing for the Chippewas.
Sean, I'm speechless. That play is 150% credited to Shane Agnello, number 8. Forces a turnover on the forecheck. Big hit. It's an unbelievable opportunity. Jason Pischke, he snipes it above the glove of John Ganon, and we're going to have a timeout as Tim Hartshee's going to say, yeah, that's enough. We've heard enough out of you, CMU fans, and man, that is a backbreaker for Air Force.
I can't believe it.
Sean, this third period makes no sense.
It doesn't.
CMU dominated for 51 minutes.
Just crushed.
Not just dominated, Sean.
They ran out of the building.
I have never seen a team, and we've seen CMU defeat somebody 12-3 this week.
Yeah.
I have never seen a team single-handedly dominate. A team like Air Force dominated the first 50 minutes of this game, and it's been all CMU since the 9-minute mark of this period when they tied it up. And if I'm Coach Tim Hartshee, I'm telling my guys, hey, we know what we're doing. We know what we're about. Let's get back to, and he said it at the intermission, Air Force hockey.
Yep.
He goes, if we can play Air Force hockey, we should have no problem. Right now, they've gotten away from Air Force hockey, and CMU has jumped on it. They've bounced on the opportunity. John Ganon, he's given up a couple of ones, but I mean, these are excellent shots, so he cannot be flustered at all.
And looking in the confidence out there as he steps back on the ice.
He's one of the best in the entire country, and we're going to find out why later in this period. 2:42 left in this game. They trail by 2, but CMU, we're going to find out a lot about this CMU team and how they handle a very fierce forecheck. I mean, we thought Air Force was playing great at the beginning of the game. Look out for what they're going to throw at CMU CMU for the next 2+ minutes.
Russell Ellis.
Man,
as that one dumped up out of play.
What a fantastic way to finish off pool play for both of these teams.
There can't be a single person in the building not watching this game.
Everyone, it must be on the edge of their seat. And it's the tale of two halves in the rink. On one end, you've got CMU, and they're clapping, cheering, pounding the ground. And on the other end, you've got an Air Force fan base that is just hoping and praying that their boys can pull one out. And honestly, if any team can do it, it's Air Force. 2 wins in overtime. They know how to handle adversity better than any of them here in this tournament.
This one played back down now as John Gannon leaves it right back. They're one of the best in the Pacific, one of the best in the country, and a goaltender I have raved about for a long time.
You love them, and they love you because they love them.
And that's the best part of this game. It's a tale of 2 teams that won it, and man, I love this Air Force team. This has been a fun one to watch here, and they're going to try and keep this one going. Played back down now. You wonder how long Gannon will be in his net. He's done everything that he could for this team, and he had the most solid 2 periods of play that you could have. This one played back down now, finding its way off of the glass. Now played back down. There goes Gannon, the extra skater out there. This is do or die time for Air Force. They're looking to go out there.
Less than 2 minutes to go.
You're right about that one. This one played back. Beckwith got it. Over to Russell. Now right in front of the net. And Ryan Tyre just sends that one away. Didn't know he had it. Ellis not able to hold that one in the zone. $1:40 to go here. 5-3 game in favor of Central Michigan. 4 unanswered goals from the Chippewas. Ryan Tyre kicks this one back into the neutral zone. Nathan Allgaier looking to take it. He's got it. Looking to ice it. And he scores! For their second straight trip to the Nationals, the Chippewas are advancing to the semifinals. A 1:27 remaining game and a 6-3 marker for the Chippewas as Allgaier leads pool play in goals and puts it on ice.
5 unanswered goals for CMU. They lead 6-3, and right there, Nathan Allgaier single-handedly is about to send his team to the national semifinals. Still 1:27 left in this game. Anything can happen, but body language is huge. Heads down on the Air Force bench, and they're fired up on CMU as Nathan Allgaier gets his 9th of the tournament. He's averaging a hat trick a game, Sean.
Unreal.
That is numbers that you and I could not even predicted.
No one can predict that. Game. That's Zach Massa on his best year numbers.
Unbelievable.
And he still had 1,000,000 goals. Nathan Allgaier in his final season with the Chippewas as a grad student after playing for this team for so long. Finally getting that one there, and Central Michigan with 1:12 left. Air Force, no answer in this final few minutes. Gannon stays in goal here, and this one gets chipped down the edge of the ice. Alex Osborne.
They'll definitely be pulling him. The second Air Force gets possession here as we're under a minute to go.
This one played. You're not going to see anything down there from an official standpoint. Gannon still in the net. Under a minute to go here. This one intercepted. Michael Croft got it. Osborne waiting for this one right in front, and a great defensive move made right down there from Air Force. They're looking to take possession. This one goes down the ice, and it finds its way back inside of the defensive corner. 42.6 seconds left to go here. A 6-3 lead for Central Michigan. Face off back inside of the offensive end. 42.6 seconds left to go. Left side circle face off here. Jake St. Andre wins this one. Dylan Billings firing the shot. This one on the side of the net of John Gannon. Played back down now. Michael Croft takes it. Played back inside of the corner on the goal line. Central Michigan with this one once again as St. Andre digs it out. Anything they can do to kill time right here. Finding its way back behind the net. Working with it is Jordan Wodge. Wodge with 20 seconds left. You hear the fans here from Central Michigan. They are cheering as this one is played back now. The crowd getting loud. 13 seconds left to go, and the officials will blow the whistle dead here. As this one keeps going, actually. 5 seconds left to go. One more shot on net. Bouncing away. And the Chippewas are heading to the semifinals. A date with destiny against the Hope Flying Dutchmen. 6-0 all-time in pool play and 5 unanswered goals to down the #1 team in Pool A. 6-3. What an unbelievable win for the Chippewas. What a game between these two fierce competitors. You cannot write this stuff. Central Michigan heads into the third period down 3-1 and somehow comes up with a 6-3 come from behind victory to take the win here, 6-3. An unbelievable win to clinch the final spot in the ACHA National Tournament semifinals. Air Force, absolute hats off to them. It is an absolute travesty to see their season end just like this. A team that's well deserving of moving on to the next round, well deserving of playing in the national championship game. That second storm, the final win from Central Michigan, breathes back on them. And Central flexes their muscles and shows the 12 goals that they put up against Georgia Tech and the 9 goals they put against George Mason. They put a 3 spot on the Air Force Falcons and a 6-3 win for Central Michigan here today. Tyler Marcotte standing by with the captain, James Gleason. Take it away, Tyler.
And Sean, we're here with the captain of Central Michigan University, James Gleason. James, first off, congratulations. What was going through your mind on that game-winning goal in the third period?
I think right when it went in, all I felt is that how much harder we got to play for the next 3 minutes. That's the only thing I thought about. And we went back to the bench and talked about it, and that's what we did. And we talked about we're not playing back, we're not playing defense for the next 3 minutes. We're playing our system and playing to win, and we put 2 more away.
You guys were dominated for 50 minutes of this game. What was the message from James Cazzo to you guys in the locker room to pick it up?
Including James, me and a couple other guys talked about family and talked about what it takes more than just hustling to win a national championship. There's a lot of different things that come with it, and that's what we put together in the third period.
Well, James, we'll let you celebrate with your team. Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow against Hope. Back to you, Sean.
Thank you, Tyler. What an unbelievable finish that we had here from Rink A. An absolute dandy of a game. Air Force should not go home with their heads down. This team will be back and better than ever next year, looking to compete again for that Pacific title and make their way back to this national tournament and finish the unfinished business. Central Michigan pulls out the win here, 6-3 in an unbelievable fashion. An absolute classic of a game, and you're going to want to watch this one over and over again. What a game we had here. A perfect way to sink the final seed up for the national tournament semifinal. We'll be back here for the final game of the evening as Central Michigan and their competitor of Michigan State will take on New Mexico for the final game of pool play. What a dandy of a game that we had here. We'll see you at 8:30 for the Spartans and the Lobos.